check.
Check. 99, 90. And a very pleasant good evening and welcome to Ventura College Football on the VC Sports Network and SoCalCollegeSports.com. Hello again, everybody. Jeff Stoynoff alongside Mike Zapata here tonight from the VC Sportsplex for our interconference matchup. Fullerton College paying a visit to take on your Ventura College Pirates. And Michael, Fullerton College, obviously a name that needs no introduction if you've been following SCFA football the last few years. A top power. Under first-year head coach Garrett Phillips, they're a little bit down this year with a 2-2 record coming in, but there's never a shortage of talent with this team.
Yeah, they certainly know how to recruit and get it done at Fullerton. You know, that's a testament to that athletic program. Scott Giles, athletic director, Phil Thurman and staff. Perry Webster, defending state champion in basketball. You know, they seem to always be in the mix in every sport. Yep. But, you know, you talk about them being a little down this year. It doesn't mean they're not dangerous, and certainly that talent is going to be tested here today against the likes of Ventura. Ventura coming in as one of the top teams in Southern California into the season. Stumbled a little bit out of the gate. Struggled versus what looks like the best team in Southern California in Saddleback, although Saddleback did struggle against Moore Park last week. That's obviously Ventura's going to learn from that and get better, and Coach Mushagan always does a great job.
Yeah, Coach Mushagan talking about that Saddleback game, asked him about that pointedly in the aftermath of that loss back in week 2. And he said, well, I thought the problem was that the team really didn't get off the bus until the second quarter. Just a long trip down there. That's always tough. But he was proud of the way they came back, continued to fight in that game, played a better second half. And that brings us to, I think, what's intriguing about this matchup tonight, which is this is another nice litmus configuration test, if you will, for Ventura. This is a team, obviously, with playoff aspirations, with aspirations that go beyond the playoffs, having appeared in the state championship game a year ago. And this is the kind of game that's going to tell you where you are in that spectrum. I think having watched the Pirates this season, they come in with a record of 3-1. They've got to take care of business here tonight. This is a must-win if this is a team that really looks to not just make the playoffs, but make a run. And neither of those is going to be easy this year in a very crowded SCFA.
You know, Fullerton going down to Southwestern a week ago, you know, and that's not a team that you can take lightly. They're ranked, I believe, in the top 10 in Southern California. I believe this is a battle of the 8 and 12 matchup, Fullerton being number 12, Ventura being number 8. Going to be an interesting matchup here tonight for sure.
Absolutely. We're going to step aside. We'll have the national anthem. They're getting ready to toss the coin. And we will come back shortly with the opening kick from the VC Sportsplex. It's Ventura and Fullerton on SoCalCollegeSports.com.
one.
It's another picture-perfect evening for football here in Ventura as the Pirates get set to take on the Fullerton College Hornets. Pirates coming in having won their last two. They're 3-1 on the season. This will be their last non-conference matchup before the conference season gets underway in 2 weeks. Most teams in the SCFA on a bye next week, and then the conference schedule will start, and it's a wide open look across the SCFA. 9, 10 teams come to mind that are real factors to not just make the playoffs but make a run. It's as deep as ever in the SCFA, and here are two of the players going at it here tonight. Fullerton will receive the opening kick. Wading back deep, Kashawn Griffin along with TJ Griffin. Meskimen will tee it up for the Pirates, and we are moments away. Here's the approach and the kick. End over end into the end zone about 8 yards deep, and Kashawn Griffin will down it. And the Hornets will begin their opening drive from the 25. When I first asked Steve Mushagian in the preseason about this team, I made my way to special teams, and one of the first things he mentioned was the two kickers, Meskimen and Arroyo, could both kick it out of the end zone on kickoffs, and that they were looking forward to that being a factor in the field position battle week after week. And Meskimen, as advertised, sends it 8 yards deep, so the Hornets will start with a 4-wide receiver set, 1st and 10 from their 25. Man in motion, they'll try the reverse and sweep it to the near side around the edge, and a pickup of about 4 yards. Callaway eventually pushing DeJounte Thomas out of bounds, but not before Thomas gets out to the 29, and it'll be 2nd down and 6. They'll overload the near side, 3 wide receivers. Quarterback Quinn Commons screens it out and completes to Tim Allen. Allen ahead for a gain of about 3, and that is a pretty good look into what Tim Allen does for this Fullerton squad. 21 catches, far and away leads the team, but for just 143 yards, that's an average of 6.8 yards a reception. So Allen certainly a safety valve for Quinn Commons and this Hornet offense, who now face a 3rd down and 2. Fullerton on the season converting just 26% on 3rd down over their first 4 games. Commons from the pistol. Quick toss and completes. Appears to have 1st down yardage as he finds Keon Fogg on the short completion. Gets it out to the 36. That's a 3-yard gain, but enough to move the chains. So the Hornets with a fresh set of downs. They keep it on the ground on 1st and 10. Lucky Avenger pulling tacklers out to the 40 for a gain of 4. Callaway again moving up from his safety spot for the stop, and Travis Callaway has been all over the field the first month of the season from his free safety spot.
117 minutes.
Mushagian about Travis Callaway and his prospects to continue his career at the 4-year level.
Hey, yeah. I'll let you figure. You put him off. Now we've left.
Pretty emphatic, yes. He expects to make the move and continue his career. Finishes up. Second playmaker at the safety spot. 4 after a 3-yard gain for the Hornets. They have 2nd, 3rd down on this drive. The Pirates bring the blitz, and the screen pass going nowhere. Callaway delivering the hit on Avenger. Avenger lost yardage on the play, a loss of 4, and that'll bring up 4th down as we'll take a look at the replay. And this is just a great job as the Pirates again bringing the blitz. He come with about 8, and it's a great read by Callaway. He sees that play developing. Avenger never had a chance. That's a good job by Lucky Avenger just to hold on to the football. That'll bring on Fonseca, who will kick it away. End over end kick, short kick, but it takes a Fullerton bounce. Inside the 25, and down to the 22. That's a 40-yard kick with no return. Fires to 23. 12:09 to go. We're just underway in the first quarter. We'll have their first offensive drive. Probably the LKU. Dino Maldonado played lights out the first 2 weeks, but has not been available the last couple of weeks. LKU, who had played as well in the first couple of weeks, has picked up and just done better and better in the last couple of weeks, leading the Pirates a couple of weeks. Sole quarterback, quick throw on first down, complete. Juan Gaitan. Juan Gaitan should be familiar after he launched a week ago. 8 carries for 150 yards and 2 touchdowns for Juan Gaitan, who is rapidly becoming a do-everything guy for this Pirate offense, and there he gets involved in the passing game with a 7-yard reception. 2nd and 3. They hand it off straight up the middle. Going nowhere. Chuck Wick stuffed behind the line. Excuse me, let's correct that. That's Jaden Vargas. Tanner Bean, the first to get there for Fullerton. It's a loss of 4 and a 3rd and 7. Vargas made his debut for the Pirates last week in a victory against Cal. Missed the first 3 games of the season. Vargas had a big year a year ago for Allen Hampton, so he's a winner. Expecting big things. Completion on the far side, very near the first down marker. Chris Reeves with the catch. Reeves gets just enough. Xavion Steele with the stop. But Ewan connects on his first 2 passes, and we'll take a quick look at the replay. And Ewan started out, and he appeared a little unsettled in the pocket. Great runner from the outfield. Started to settle down throwing the football, especially last week where he had a big game. Handoff on the right side, no gain on the play. Vargas again with the jerk. Josh Tarango on the stop. Tarango has been a terror defensively for Fullerton. 6 sacks over the first 4 weeks for Josh Tarango. That leads the SCFA. Aware of where he is on the field. Screen pass on 2nd and 10. Vargas makes a move. He's got the first down and more. He's into Hornet territory. At the 35, down to the 30. Along the far sideline, finally pushed out of bounds at the 22-yard line. That is a gain of 44 yards. No flags on the play, and we'll get a look at the replay. Picks up a block, and this is just a great job by Jaden Vargas. Makes a couple of moves, finds some open territory, and turns it into 44 yards. That's about 43 yards a rack for Vargas if you're scoring at home. Quick screen to Vaughn, picks up a block at the 20. He's inside the 15 and down to about the 12. Vaughn with his first reception of the evening, but Vaughn has been a monster the first month of the season, leading the SCFA in receptions and touchdowns. First down carry. Gaitan tripped up after a gain of about a yard. Second and 9 upcoming from the 11. This drive started back at the 23-yard line of Ventura. Ewan steps up in the pocket, guns the far side, and completes inside the 5. Down to the 4. Chris Brooks with the reception, and that's Brooks' first appearance of the season. His first catch brings it down to the 4. Steele with the stop. For the Hornets, it's a 3rd and 2 for Ventura. The Pirates characteristically have been very good on 3rd down so far this season, converting at 48%, and they face a 3rd and 2 here with Vargas in the deep eye behind Ewan. Gaitan in motion. And they try Vargas, and he is hit behind the line, lost a yard on the play. Tarango again beats his man and gets into the backfield, and Vargas really never could find the lane. That's bring up the 4th down from the 6. High snap, but they get it down. The kick is up, and it's good. Arroyo puts it through from 23 yards out. The Pirates are on the board. 7:47 to go. Ventura on top. Ventura college football on The Griffins are back deep for the Hornets. Kashan and TJ waiting at the goal line for the kick from DJ Meskimen. The Pirates into the red zone, but settle for a field goal on their first trip. But that gives them the 3-0 lead. The kick again well into the end zone. And a touchback once again, and the Hornets will start their drive from the 25. Pirates doing most of the damage on the first drive through the air. A lot of luck running the football. Averaging a little over 200 yards as we take a look back at a couple of the key plays, starting with the swing pass to Vargas that he turned into 44 yards to really get that drive going. Pirates the SCFA rushing yards per game coming into this one. Commons completes on the crossing pattern. Flags on the play.
During the field, this is a hold.
Dante Thomas with the reception. Let's see if this is coming back. Obligatory part. Referee tonight, Mike Davis. Now the call.
Running back for Seattle, too. Talented man.
You're the one playing in like 4 fantasy leagues. You know that one.
Look, it's only 3.
But they're all dynasty leagues now. That's those count double. Indeed, it's a holding call against Fullerton.
Stop talking about fantasy. That hasn't been good yet.
But I got to live vicariously through you. 1st and 20 after the holding call.
This broadcast might be a lot more depressing this for you.
Good snap to Commons. Swings it out in the flat, looking for Thomas again, who drags a tackler out to the 21. Kevin Ross with the stop. And that is a 6-yard gain and a 2nd and 14 upcoming. Play action. Commons under pressure, and that one nearly picked off on the far side. Dom Brown, the only one in the area on that pass. And we'll take a look at the replay. And this starts with the pressure up front. And Brown couldn't quite find the handle, particularly in a 3rd and long. Sent 3 wide receivers to the near side.
Mr. Nelson Hay, our field judge, Mr. Mark Lance, the line judge, Ryan Bailey, and line judge, Daniel East, our umpires, Mr. Sean Chamberlain, and our referee, Mr. Mike Davis.
Pirates fake the handoff, swing it outside to Thomas. Carefully stumbles. Now forward to the 26. That's a gain of about 5, but well shy of a first down. Six-punted unit once again. Alec Fonseca field for the Hornets. Just to start, you dialed up if you're a Pirate fan. Couple of stops defensively, and now they can look to extend on the 3-point lead. Dustin Sanchez. Another short kick. This one takes a Pirate bounce, and a good Pirate bounce. Finally down at the 42. That's a kick of just 16 yards. An outstanding for Ventura. Another yard. Looks like they're going to spot this at the 43.
Hakeem would say your first reaction is usually correct.
How can that wisdom escape?
And we're going to go to number 8, Brandon Homans.
Pirates take over. 6:20 remaining in the first quarter. And already in Hornet territory. Man in motion, blitz coming. Quick screen from Ewan, complete. This is going to be a big gain, near touchdown perhaps. Inside the 10, down to the 5. Touchdown saving tackle. It's Chris Reeves with the reception. And Xavion Steele prevents the touchdown. Well, it's just a great play call and great execution against the blitz. And here you see where Reeves may be thinking about the touchdown, but Steele able to wrap him up, but not before he gets to the 2-yard line. A 40-yard pickup. Vargas hit behind the line by Dorsey. Jamal Dorsey coming off the edge, and Vargas never had a chance. That's a 3-yard loss and brings up 2nd and goal from the 5. Well, so far it's good news for you if you're the Pirates, but you don't want to settle for field goals on these red zone trips, and that hasn't been a huge problem for the Pirates this season. They are converting 65% of their red zone chances into touchdowns this season. Quick pitch to Vargas with a head of steam, hit at the 5, but second effort gets him down to the 2. That's a 3-yard run for Vargas, and a 3rd and goal coming up from the 2. Duckenfield with the stop for the Hornets. They'll spot it at the 1. 3rd and goal. Quick snap. Vargas over his right guard and in easily for the touchdown. 42-yard drive capped off by the 1-yard run by Jaden Vargas, his first touchdown of the season. And the Pirates out to a 9-0 lead with the point after pending. We'll take one more look here. Get you from the end zone camera, and it's a great job. A little trap play there, and Vargas just has to run through one arm tackle, and he does. And he's in for the touchdown. Extra point up and good. 4 minutes to go. Fast start for the Pirates. 10-0 on the VC Sports Network.
You are in the 34-yard line, pushing 10 Pirates. Goes here by the Blue Jay Vargas. So that was number 9, Josh Durango. Go down, at least second team.
Back to the VC Sportsplex, and the Pirates with the 10-0 lead after the 1-yard touchdown run by Jaden Vargas. And now if you're the Hornets, a little trouble on the kickoff, but Griffin able to find the handle. Takes a big hit near the 25, but holds on to the football. 25-yard return for Kashawn Griffin, and the Hornets begin this drive where they've started their first 2 drives from the 25. Well, one way or another, Michael, they're starting at the 25. Getting a little late early here if you're Fullerton College, and something we talk about with the Pirates with this kind of offense and the production the Pirates get, you don't want to let them start rolling downhill.
No,
and
you
it's
do
a
not.
10-0 lead, and if you're the Hornets, this becomes a big drive. I think at the very least, you need a couple of first downs here, and you need to stall the momentum somewhat. Some points would be ideal if you're Fullerton. Meanwhile, the Pirate defense will look to keep it up. Swing pass out to Graham, picks up a block. He's near the first down marker. Dives forward to the 35. Dom Brown will get credit for the tackle, and they move the chain. So Graham picks up 10, and it's a first down for Fullerton. Quick snap, read option, and this is Callis in at quarterback. And he weaves his way forward for a solid gain of 9 yards. Ross eventually with the stop on Callis. So Commons gets the first couple of drives, but now they go to Cooper Callis, the sophomore out of Jackson, Missouri. Callis again completes on the far side. And just enough for a first down as he finds Kalen Nosef. Nosef, a gain of about 2, but they only needed 1. That's good enough for a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10, the football resting on the Fullerton 46. Callis working from the pistol formation. Play action, designed roll, completes the pass to his tight end. And they're going to blow that play dead. The ground causes the fumble. Nunnery with the stop. Owens with the reception. A gain of about 3 brings up a 2nd down and 7. Snap to Callis. Straight ahead and a good hole for Graham. Into Pirate territory down to the 42-yard line. That's a gain of 9 yards and another first down for Fullerton. It's a nice response by the Hornets, trailing 10-0. Down to 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. They're working quickly. Graham again through another good hole on the left side into the Pirates secondary, down to the 30. That's a 12-yard run.
And still, I think this is a product of the defense maybe being a little tired right now for Ventura.
Well, Lord knows they shouldn't be too winded. They've had a pretty short night so far, but I agree. Right now they're just getting worked over by this front 5 for the Hornets. Graham again on the carry. A gain of about 3 down to the 27. Praise Villamou with the stop. And a 2nd and 7 coming up. And the Hornets will shuffle in a couple of new receivers as Thomas and Nosef return to the top of your screen. 4 wide receivers set on 2nd down and 7. The clock continues to move. Another read option, Callis. This time, a lot of traffic, and it's Moyer, the first to get there and drag him down. A loss of about a yard on the play, and a 3rd and 8 coming up for Fullerton from the Pirate 28-yard line. 3 wide receivers to the bottom of your screen. The Hornets in the road white jerseys working from left to right here in the first quarter. Blitz coming. Callis on a designed roll, in all kinds of trouble. He's going to be sacked back near the 40-yard line. That was Nunnery coming on the blitz. Brought the pressure. Moyer also there. The Pirates over the first 4 weeks, just 5 sacks as a team, but that doesn't really tell the whole story. That front 4 has done a very good job of creating pressure on the quarterback, and sometimes you don't always get credit for the full sack, but you can disrupt a play. And that time, the Pirates get both. Flags are down as Fonseca looks for the corner. Another Pirate bounce on a kick. This one going to be touched down at about the 19, call it the 20-yard line, but let's wait and see on the flag. Hornets might have an option to re-kick this one. This would take it from the 37 to the 32. It would still be 4th and 12. So you don't bring an offensive play back into the picture, but maybe, if you're Garrett Campbell, do you think about a field goal? Either way, they're certainly going to re-kick. They only got 17 yards on that punt. So Mike Davis makes the call. So another chance for Fonseca. This will come from the 32. I'm able to say another chance for Fonseca because whether this is a field goal or a punt, it's Fonseca either way, handling both the kicking and punting duties for Fullerton this season, at least thus far. Should move this down to the 32, and now they will walk it off. Under a minute to go in the first quarter. Ventura with the 10-0 lead. – So Fonseca will certainly look for the corner once again. This one takes a better bounce for the Hornets. It's inside the 10. They'll down it at the 8. That's a great job by Fonseca. 24-yard kick, but the bigger part of the story is the field position the Pirates will take over from their own 8-yard line. So that effectively becomes a 12-yard penalty. If you're Ventura, instead of starting at your 20-yard line, now you start at your 8. And Alakai Ewan will bring the Pirate offense back onto the field. Three wide receivers on 1st and 10. They send Gaitan in motion. Vargas sweeping to the near side, and he has to struggle just to get out of his own end zone. That's another big loss on the play. Duckenfield again in the backfield, and he was back there almost as quickly as the ball was.
Yeah. It's great penetration up front by Fullerton.
5-yard loss on the play, and it's 2nd and 15 now from the Ventura 3. In danger here if you're the Pirates, working from the shadow of your own goalpost, and Ewan going to look at the clock, and he's not going to run another play. That will end the first quarter. Through 1, Ventura with a 10-0 lead on Fullerton. It's Ventura College football on the VC Sports Network at SoCalCollegeSports.com. Second and 15 for the Pirates from their own 3. First play of the second quarter. Flags coming in on the snap. They'll blow this play dead, and this will work against Fullerton. Maybe? Looked like Fullerton jumped there, Art. And that looked like a good hard count from Alakai Ewan.
That's
so maybe just a little bit of a head move there, and
that's just great coaching.
The Hornet defensive line with the jump, and he got about 2 guys to jump there. So 2nd and 10 from the 8. Ewan with the snap, 4-man rush, guns it over the middle and finds Gaitan. Gaitan out to the 20-yard line before he's wrapped up by David Farmer. 12-yard catch. Well, Gaitan, 150 yards rushing last week, and now, as he is a jack of all trades for this offense, couple of catches now out of the backfield here in this one in just over a quarter. Gaitan in motion. 1st and 10 Pirates. Read option, Ewan on the far side. Run out of bounds by Steele at the 25. A gain of 6. Read option, an incredibly dangerous play for the Pirates over the first month of the season, if you go by the fact that Alakai Ewan only has 2 touchdown runs of longer than 60 yards. 2nd and 4 from the 25. Hornets showing blitz. Here they come. Ewan screens it out to Vargas, who's got room. He's got the first down and more. Run out of bounds near the 40. Farmer eventually runs him out of bounds. Take a look at the replay here. This is a good reaction, good check down from Ewan. Finds his hot read. And there's Vargas, who had a big catch in the first quarter. Quick screen to Vaughn. Vaughn looking for a block. He absorbs a big hit after a gain of about 4. Out to the 44. Bean leads the charge for the Hornets. Sarah Smith in on the tackle as well. 2nd down and 6. And if you're the Pirates, this is already something of mission accomplished. This drive starting at your own 8-yard line, and you've gotten it out to the 44. So they've changed the field position, and now they'll look for points. 2nd and 6. Vaughn in motion. Quick screen, good catch by Vaughn, but might have thought better than to make the catch as he is hit immediately by Xavion Steele.
Yeah, I think
for
it's
a loss of 4.
It's a situation where I think you don't know if that's going to be ruled a backwards pass.
Yeah. Well, I always wonder. I think at some level, it must be hard to tell a receiver not to catch the football. I mean, talk about what you're programmed to do.
Yeah.
But puts Vaughn in a bad spot there as he has to go up high, and that's all the time that Steele needs to immediately wrap him up for a 4-yard loss. 3rd and 10. Ewan stepping up in the pocket, and he is hit and dropped. The Hornets get the sack, and they'll force the punt. And that was all pressure up front. And guess who? Josh Tarango, the first to get there, already leads the SCFA in sacks. And there's another one. I'll tell you, do we have the replay here? We do. Thank you, Michael. And you just watch Tarango here. And Tarango's just one of these guys from the defensive tackle spot. It's welcome to good luck blocking him with one man. There's just no way. And there he just sheds a block and gets to Ewan. A little pressure on Sanchez, but he gets it away. This takes a Pirate bounce inside the 30 and down to the 25. 42-yard kick for Steve Sanchez.
Well,
and the Hornets force the punt.
Silver lining on that drive is at least you're not kicking out of your own end zone.
Absolutely. Yeah, that was key to get a couple of first downs, change the field position. Now you make the Hornets work to a much longer field. With 11:52 to go, they'll spot it at the 26. Let's see if it's Kellis. No, it'll be Quinn Commons who will return at quarterback for the Hornets. As they come out with 4 wide receivers. They send Thomas in motion. Commons under pressure, rolling right, completes to Avenger. Avenger out to the 35. 5 stiff arms a man, and he's run out of bounds at the 43. 17-yard gain. And a first down. Jalen Cooper eventually with the stop. That's a good job by Commons, working away from the pressure. And finds Avenger, who has all kinds of room. And the 17-yard gain moves it out to the 43. Receivers left and right. Commons with the snap. Deep drop. Pressure coming again. Commons on the run. Completes. Good move at midfield. This is Tim Allen, who makes another move at the 45. He's inside the Pirate 40. Late flags come in. He's down at the 37-yard line. Brown finally with the stop. But Allen picking up 20 yards, but let's see if any portion of that is coming back. We'll take a look at the replay here, and this is another nice job by Commons, feeling the pressure from that Pirate front 4, and Allen goes up, makes the catch, and then a terrific spin move, and then see if we keep it on here one more time. There's another little move right there, and Tim Allen shifty, picking up 20 yards. But now you might see here, you might catch the flags coming in from everywhere at the end of that play. That's the kind of play where you might see a hold on the run by Allen. That's
no, I mean, so concerned about head injuries, in today's game, and you just can't headhunt. And when you're going against the grain like that, you're going to get popped every single time. And it's a good block 10 years ago, and now it's a flag.
And that'll back it up to the 47-yard line, the spot foul. So it'll be 1st and 5 from the Fullerton 47. Pirates showing blitz. Here they come. Commons with good protection. Completes on the near side, inside the 35, finding Kalen Nosef. Brown had good coverage, but Nosef down to the 33. That's a 19-yard gain. And this is a terrific pass from Quinn Commons. The Hornets want to work quickly. They have it snapped. Commons again with good protection. Has a man open for a first down on the far side. Back to Tim Allen. Allen all the way down to the 11. That's 22 more yards. Anusium eventually with the stop, but Allen had all kinds of room. And Commons little trouble finding him. Read option as it's Commons on the keeper. Down to the 6, a gain of 5, and that's not a big part of what Quinn Commons does, running the football. What a effective misdirection nonetheless. A pickup of 5, and it's 2nd and 5 as Avenger returns in the backfield for the Hornets. Pirate defense on their heels. Avenger sheds a block in the backfield, but then runs into a wall after a gain of about a yard. Callaway moving up for the stop again. The 1-yard gain brings up a 3rd down and 4. Hornets with 9 rushing touchdowns as a team on the season over the first 4 weeks. Play action. Quick throw into the end zone, and it's picked off. Anusium matched up with Tim Allen. We're going to run the replay for you. Give you a look a little closer to the field and trying to make the back shoulder throw. And Anusium maybe fighting off a little bit of a push from Allen there, but still able to bring it down for Anusium. That's his first interception on the season. Neither of these teams over the first 4 weeks has really made turnovers a big part of their success. Both teams come in -2 turnover differential on the season. But the Pirates pick up a big one there, thwarting a big scoring opportunity for the Hornets and keeping the 10-point lead. Completion to Reeves out to the 32. 12-yard reception. Steele running Reeves out of bounds, but not before the Pirates pick up a quick first down. And again, Ewan, who in the first quarter was 6 of 6 throwing the football, and he continues to be very sharp. I mentioned briefly a big performance a week ago in the victory over Palomar, a 45-38 win, and in that game, Ewan was 24 of 33 for 271 yards, 2 touchdowns, and no interceptions. So those are the kind of numbers that, well, let's face it, we're kind of used to seeing from Pirate quarterbacks, but it had not been happening so far for Alakai Ewan as much. But he continues to settle down, and boy, if he starts throwing the football well to go along with the way he's able to hurt defenses running the football, he's going to be trouble. The option, and this one off the end of the hand of Chris Reeves, and Chris Reeves just kind of whiffed on it when he went to throw that football, and the Pirates catch a little bit of a break that no Hornets were in the area, and that one dropped as a harmless incompletion. I think he was looking for Farrell running the deep pattern.
They had him wide open.
Do we have that on replay?
I can bring this up. Give me
all right, we'll take one more look at that one. But it's a 3rd and 7, meanwhile. And that is a play, of course, for those that have followed Pirate football this season. That same play, or a very similar play, was used to perfection against Allen Hancock, with Reeves finding Terrell Vaughn for a 53-yard touchdown in the first half of that game. And the Pirates wanted to go back to it. Flags on the play. This is going to work against Ventura. A 5-yard penalty will back them up, and it'll be 3rd and 12. $8:19 to go here in the first half, and the Pirates facing a 3rd and 12. Ewan with the snap. Rolling to his right, throws on the run and looking for Vaughn, and they're not on the same page. The coverage was very good by Sarah Smith. And the Pirate drive stalls, and they'll punt it away.
Go back to the trick play here, and you see everybody
Farrell
come up, and if over the top of the defense, I mean, both wide receivers in the slot on the outside had a step. So
yeah, it looked like Smith trying to recover there to get back to Farrell. But indeed, an opportunity. Sanchez just gets this one away, and he is hit hard. Sanchez is still down. The ball takes a hornet bounce and remains in Pirate territory. And
are they going to rule that he got a piece of that?
It looked like he might have. It was very close. I don't know if we have the replay here. And Sanchez is up and jogging off the field, so that is good news. And let's take one more look at this play. And Sanchez, who's had 2 punts blocked already this season.
It did look like he maybe caught a piece.
It was certainly a short kick. They'll spot it at the Pirate 47, so now it's the Hornets who will have a short field with 8:06 to go in the second quarter, and Ventura leading at 10-0. So Quinn Commons back at quarterback. Straight drop, steps up in the pocket, and completes. Down to the 34, a 13-yard gain. Lorenzo Penn with the reception. So Commons continues to spread it around. Quick snap. They screen it out and complete. Flags.
I think they're going to get somebody for a hold on that far side.
Keon Fogg had the reception. He was brought down at the 29, but expect this to be coming back. Let's see. Maybe I'm trying to get a look at the far side. Is it possible that that was Turek Taylor?
84?
Down there, yeah. Who might have had the hold. Yep, it is Taylor. Well, Lord knows I always hate to call out the offensive linemen for their holding calls, but evidently, I guess, with a wide receiver, I'm free to speculate. In any event, it moves it back to the 43, where it'll be 1st and 19. And now whistles before the snap.
They have an issue with the play clock over there.
Yeah, I'm going to reset that. 7:37 to go here in the second quarter. Another busy night in the SCFA, of course. We'll take a look at some of those scores at the half.
Get some scores loaded up here for you, then, absolutely.
Go back over and look at some of the highlights from the first half as well.
COC and Golden West earlier today. Have a result for you here shortly.
Commons under pressure, now has running room inside the 30 and slides down near the first down marker. They'll spot it at the 28. That's a 15-yard run, and it'll bring up a 2nd down and 4. Josiah King. Check that. 2nd and 4. They try the read option. And Gerald Knight not buying.
Back it up to the 30.
That's a loss of a couple. And a 3rd and 6 for the Hornets. And the Hornets, as mentioned earlier, have struggled on 3rd down so far this season. This is a big one. Blitz coming. Quick throw, complete to Thomas, but he is wrapped up by Dom Brown, short of the first down. So DeJounte Thomas unable to get past Dom Brown, and 4th down coming up, 4th and 5, and Quinn Commons and the Hornet offense staying on the field. The Hornets are 8 of 14 on 4th down so far this season, so they've been aggressive and effective on 4th down. That's 57% conversion. They face a 4th and 5 here. Kalen Nosef solo to the bottom of your screen, 3 wide receivers to the right. Snap to Commons. Blitz coming. Good protection. Rainbows the far side and completes down to the goal line. No signal.
He's in.
In for a touchdown. So the Hornet touchdown. There are flags after the play. Looked like Kashawn Griffin with the reception. No. Well, they're telling me it's number 10, which would be DeJounte Thomas.
It is 10.
Indeed. So how about that play call on 4th down, 4th and 5.
Well,
They go with the deep ball. They find Thomas, who had beaten his man on the far side. He takes it in for the touchdown. And the Hornets are on the board with 5:47 to go. So Fonseca on to try the extra point. Up and good. Commons with his 7th touchdown pass of the season, finding DeJounte Thomas. We're going to look at one more time at the replay?
I think so.
And this again, the 4th down, just inside the 30-yard line.
What a pass. Just drop it right in the breadbasket, why don't you?
Yeah, that is Thomas one-on-one with Ross out there, and that is a tough assignment for Ross. And Thomas does a great job getting separation and then takes it in for the touchdown. And the score now 10-7. So the personal foul on the scoring play will be assessed on the kickoff. So the Hornets will kick off from their own 20. So this is an opportunity for the Pirates to come out of this with good field position. Adkins waiting at the 20.
Special teams has been so good throughout the years under Coach Steve Mushagan.
And this is Adkins from the 15. Out to the 25, out to the 35, past the 40. And able to drag a tackler to the 46-yard line. That is a return of 30 yards. They'll spot it at the 45. So outstanding field position for Ventura. That's a great job blocking up front for Adkins as well. He's out well past the 30 before he could even see a white jersey. Great job creating the wedge. And Adkins with the 30-yard return sets the Pirates up with good field position. They'll come out, receivers left and right on 1st and 10. Jaden Vargas remains in the game, as he has seen a lion's share of the duty carrying the football so far. Blitz coming, quick slant, catches made. That's a great throw and a great catch. Farrell with the reception down to the 43-yard line. Sarah Smith on the stop. But the Pirates quickly on the move after the 12-yard pickup. Good hole up front. Down to the 37. It was Vargas carrying the football for a gain of 6. A 2nd and 4 coming up.
Look at this blitz pickup here on that previous first down play. Coming off of the edge, crossing pattern, read beautifully.
Hornets continuing to show blitz. Here they come again. Ewan, quick throw again, but this one incomplete. Wanted to go back to Farrell. Farrell had his hands on it, but Tyler Hogan had the coverage and was able to break it up. A 3rd down and 4 for the Pirates. Three wide receivers to the left for the Pirates. Another quick throw, completion at the 35. And down to the 24-yard line, Vaughn appears to have first down yardage. I started to say Vaughn having the monster season so far with 3 games in which he's had 8 or more catches out of the first 4, 3 games in which he's had 100 yards or more out of the first 4 games this year. And, of course, 6 touchdowns. Ewan airing it out on the far side, and the pass incomplete. Second down and 10 coming up from the 29. Again, the Pirates send 3 wide receivers to the top of your screen as they work it from left to right here in the second quarter. Vargas, the solo setback. Quick pitch to Vargas. A little trouble on the exchange, but Vargas with a good job handling the pitch. And he absorbs a big hit from Tanner Bean for his troubles. Duck and field also there. Vargas picked up a couple. Down to the 27, where it'll be 3rd and 8. 4:22 to go. And of course, for Pirate fans, you're already in Arroyo's field goal range. He's hit from as long as 47. This season, this would be a 44-yard attempt if the Pirates didn't pick up another yard. Blitz coming. Ewan in trouble. Great move. Looking for the corner, and he's got it. Ewan run out of bounds near the 22, but it's not so much the 5 yards you pick up. It's the 15-yard loss that you avoid. Let's take a look at this one from the field camera. How many guys can make that move? Jamal Dorsey, you'll find your shoes back near the line of scrimmage.
Find your shoes on the training table.
4th and 2, and the Pirates will line up to go for it. The Pirates on the season 3 of 9 on 4th down. But they'll try here on a 4th and 2, and it looks like they've got it. First down and more. How about 6? Terrell Vaughn. A 21-yard touchdown. That is touchdown catch number 7. And it wouldn't be a Pirate football game in 2019 if Terrell Vaughn didn't score a touchdown, evidently. That's 5 straight.
Well, how about this? Fullerton scores their first touchdown on 4th down, and Ventura right back at you.
Right. That's
from
true.
21 yards out.
Good catch, Michael. And it's just a quick crossing pattern, and then Vaughn does the rest. Boy, how many ways can Terrell Vaughn hurt you? 7 touchdowns on the season. A 10-point lead as the extra point is good. 3:36 to go in the first half. Ventura 17, Fullerton 7. You're watching Ventura College football on the VC Sports Network. Meskimen has it teed up and ready to go. 17-7, the Pirates. Off the touchdown pass from Ewan to Vaughn. Back out to a 10-point lead. Griffin on the return. Picks up a block. One man to beat. Griffin at midfield. Down to the 30. Down to the 20. 10-5. Touchdown Hornets. Kashawn Griffin. Wow.
That's some speed, Holmes.
One more look at this one, and well, this is why it's important to kick the ball into the end zone.
I mean, he hits the middle
when you get
like a missile, and he is gone. Look at that.
Well, we talked about the blocking for the Pirates up front on the last return, and the Hornets return the favor and then some. That's a great job. creating the wedge. They're going to line up to go for two as we'll bring you back to live action. 17-13. It's an interesting call. They send a man in motion. And now that's Rankins in motion. Commons with the quick snap, and it's broken up. And
nearly jumped.
I'm going to give you the major league here, Michael, and say what he's thinking here is.
I don't know what he's thinking.
Actually, I don't know what he's thinking. And it is possible, I suppose, that for whatever reason, perhaps Fonseca, the kicker, is not available to attempt an extra point. But certainly mathematically, I'm not exactly sure what the rationale would be. But the Pirates, in essence, pick up an extra point here, and they lead it now 17-13.
I think the Pirates have been a little susceptible to the big play here tonight, but in short yardage situations, they've been pretty good, and you're right. And I think that's a very surprising call that they'd go for two in that scenario because, field goal makes it a one-score game. Via the field goal, now you need a touchdown to take the lead.
Yeah, long way to go, but not sure what you gain in that situation other than, well, Lord knows if there's one team in the SCFA that might not want to be involved in a tie game, it's Fullerton, having lost last week in double overtime, 33-30 to Southwestern. A heartbreaking loss, and Hornet fans will certainly be well aware that the Hornets were trailing that game 24-10 with 3 minutes left in the game, made a furious comeback to force overtime, but then lost the heartbreaker 33-30 to Southwestern. So perhaps they just don't want another overtime game, and they'll do whatever they have to make sure they're not in one. So the Hornets will kick it off. Pirates will get it back. They enjoyed their 10-point lead for all of about 20 seconds.
Watch me see a kick return right here for a touchdown.
I don't think my boys could take it. Adkins on the return, hit and dropped at the 20. That is a big-time hit from Jordan Merriweather. We do have a penalty flag, and we're going to take a look at the replay here of the big hit on the return. And I continue to make this point, but it's a nice job by Adkins holding on to the football.
I think this can be a launching penalty if we're going to go back and look at this again.
Well,
and
I don't think there's any question but that he launched himself. Now, the question of whether or not that rises to the level of a penalty is another question, but they are going to mark this off. Well, they called it, I believe they called it on number 13, not on Jordan Merriweather, who is number 47, but rather Jordan Wright. Meanwhile, after the 15-yard penalty, the Pirates will start at their own 36, 3:17 to go. The Pirates still have all three timeouts. So give the officials a chance to sort things out here and get on the same page. Now Lakai Ewan brings the Pirate offense out, leading by 4. Ewan has the snap. Screens it out and completes out to the 45. First down yardage and more. Still on his feet in Hornet territory at the 43. Terrell Vaughn continuing his big second quarter. That's a gain of 22 yards. And the Pirates immediately move into Hornet territory at the 42. 3 wide receivers to the right. On 1st and 10, back to Vaughn with the screen on this side. Vaughn looking for a block at the 40. He's hit out of bounds after a gain of about 3. Smith with the stop. Just one catch in the first quarter for Terrell Vaughn, but I believe he's got at least 4 here in the second quarter. So he's starting to pile up the receptions once again. 2nd down and 7. Hornets creeping up. Here they come on the blitz. Vargas can't make the one-handed grab. And perhaps it's a good thing that he didn't. Smith was right in the area. That play was going nowhere, and a 3rd and 7. Coming up for Ventura.
Scores from around the SCFA, El Camino, and Moore Park mounted up at 14-all. Moore Park with the great showing a week ago versus Saddleback in a loss, but giving them more than they wanted, that's for sure.
3rd and 7. Ewan guns the far side, and it's incomplete. Broken up by Smith. He was looking for Reeves.
Great job of timing there by Smith.
4th and 7 from the 39, and Ewan still on the field. Do they send out Steve Sanchez on the punting unit? No, it looks like Steve Bushagin's going to line up to perhaps go for it here. The Pirates already picked up a 4th down and then some on their previous drive.
It's a good call.
2:19 to go. Some movement on the right side. This might be a free play. The pass is dropped. But the Pirates might be picking up 5 yards and another chance.
Couple flags out on the field. I wonder if this is going to offset. Saw a second flag come in from the up position referee. Okay. So both of them were for the same guy. So a lot more manageable here on 4th down.
Brings it to 4th and 2. Pirates come out in the pistol formation. 3 wide receivers to the left for this 4th and 2 play.
Trying to draw him off again with the hard count.
Plenty of time on the play clock, down to 13. Ewan with a long look. Has the snap. Looking left, throws left, and completes. Great spin move. Reeves at the 15, 10, 5, touchdown! I got to tell you, Michael, that looks like a very similar play to the 4th down play that they ran on the previous drive. And again, Ewan delivers another strike. This is just a quick square in. We'll get you a look from field level. And then how about the move?
Look at that. Chris Berman be losing his voice on that one.
What are you throwing up? Whoop!
He would.
I believe for Chris Berman, though, you need about 3 more of those moves. With all due respect to Chris Reeves, Reeves continues to come on. Reeves had an enormous play last week for those that might not have followed. After Palomar had pulled within 7 in the second half, it was Reeves on special teams with a 93-yard kick return for a touchdown, pushed the lead back out to 14. The Pirates would maintain and hold on for the 7-point win, 45-38. On the road at Palomar last week to move to 3-1, and now he contributes in the passing game. 3 catches in the first quarter, now a touchdown catch in the second quarter. The Pirates are rolling offensively, and they lead it now 24-13 with 2:07 to go in the first half. So for Ewan, now 7 touchdown passes on the season as he starts to amass a total. Pirate quarterbacks have thrown 11 touchdowns now in the first 4.5 games, if you count Dino Maldonado, who was off to a torrid start before injury problems. Injury problems have really beset the Pirates offensively and defensively in the first half of this 2019. And when you talk to Steve Bushagian, the general tone is, boy, we just can't wait till we're full strength to really see what we can do. And it looks like they're hoping after the bye week next week that may happen just in time for the conference schedule to start. But the Pirates have been hit with some injuries at the receiver position, the running back position, in the defensive backfield as well, and they have battled injuries seemingly all over, but they're 3-1 so far, and they have the 11-point lead here. The Hornets will start from their 34 with 2:01 remaining. They have all 3 timeouts. Trying to look if that's Quinn Commons or Cooper Callis. We did see Callis for one drive earlier in the second quarter. Quick snap. No, it's another quarterback. Third quarterback, and a big completion to Thomas. Thomas splits a couple of tacklers down the near side to the pylon and in. Kajante Thomas. Krishan Frokaj is the quarterback. Man, well, that's a lot to update you on one play.
Quarterback made toast.
Big plays left and right in this first half. As Thomas with a 66-yard touchdown catch and run. And now Fonseca will come out to try the extra point, which is up and good. So this time, Coach Gary Campbell eschews the 2-point effort, goes for the extra point. This is back to a 4-point game. Well, that was about a 13-second scoring drive. I suppose if you're looking for good news, if you're the Pirates,
A lot of time up there.
yeah, you got a lot of time left, and your defense shouldn't be too tired. We've had a scoring play on special teams, a kick return for a touchdown, and now a one-play scoring drive. And
Well, Jeff, we've talked about Ventura's defense being susceptible to the big play, and we see it right there yet again. 66 yards to the house for Thomas.
yeah, Deshante Thomas. And Thomas is not a guy who had been a big part of the Hornet offense statistically over the first month of the season, but 2 touchdown catches in this first half. He's certainly over 100 yards on this first half, so he's having a season right here in the first half in Ventura. And it's a 4-point game once again. Well, you got to expect that a team with this kind of pedigree, Fullerton, they're not going to be overwhelmed by the situation. We're talking about a program that's played for state championships in recent memory, and they obviously have the kind of athletes and the sort of belief in what they're doing. And they are hanging around in this one. And it's going to be another nail-biter for Pirate fans here tonight. They've seemingly no other kind. End-over-end kick taken at the 4. And it's Ross tripped up at the 29. That's a 26-yard return. And the Pirates with 1:44. That's a lot of time remaining here in the first half.
Long Beach now in front of Cerritos 12-11. They're in the second. No score from Saddleback Mount Sac and Covina. They're in the first.
Both Saddleback and Mount Sac not playing at home yet. Are they both working on new
Helmer Lodge getting an upgrade.
New setups.
Yeah.
We'll have some Saddleback coverage still this season. Well, I'll tell you, that matchup in the final week of the season, that may prove to be about as big a game as there is on the regular season schedule.
That's one that's been circled, but it's very important for Coach McElroy and company to not look ahead.
5-yard completion to Blaze Williams, and it's a 2nd and 5. Ewan with a straight drop, fires and completes. Farrell makes a move at the 45, and he is pushed out of bounds by Smith at midfield. 16-yard reception. Farrell, 12 catches coming into the game tonight, but that's in just 2 weeks of play. He's only played in 2 of the first 4. He had 8 catches for 87 yards and a touchdown in the loss to Saddleback. So Mark Farrell is already announcing his presence here in this Pirate offense in limited time.
Haven't seen his hands.
Vargas with running room, runs out of a tackle, spin move at the 40. Another big gain for Vargas. He is dragged down at the 24. That's a 26-yard run and a tremendous individual effort. And Vargas, to me, in the first quarter, after only 2 carries last week that included a fumble, looked a little tentative, maybe not quite getting his timing back. He has had some injury trouble, missed the first couple weeks. But now Jaden Vargas is getting warmed up. He is into the game. Meanwhile, we have a Hornet player down, and they will take a look with 1:09 to go. And the Pirates with the ball at the Hornet 24. Step aside for a quick injury timeout on the VC Sports Network and SoCalCollegeSports.com. Josh Tarango heading off the field under his own power, and that's the good news. The bad news if you're a Hornet fan is Tarango is an integral part of this defensive unit. And perhaps an opportunity develops for the Pirates.
Well, Fullerton's been very aggressive with their blitz and showing it. That time, some movement up front from Ventura, back him up 5.
I do want to correct that. I can't quite see the numbers, so I don't want
to. It looked like 60 that went out, Coach, or Stoy.
Okay, we'll try to get that updated for you. Meanwhile, it's a 1st and 15 for the Pirates.
Yeah.
And another
movement.
Whistle.
Back him up another 5. That was a slot receiver.
Yeah, no, it's not Tarango, so I do want to correct that, and obviously I don't want to send the wrong information on that front. Tarango is still out on the field, so 1st and 15.
Pasadena City, 7-6 on top of San Bernardino Valley. And San Bernardino, the Wolverines, giving Riverside all that, a lot more than they had anticipated in the crossover game between the National and the American conferences.
Yeah, runner-up last year in the American Conference and just that close against Allen Hancock. So San Bernardino Valley, a formidable program, 1st and 20.
Story, that is a professional segue, as earlier today, Allen Hancock going down to Citrus. Citrus now 5-0 in the American.
1st and 20. Well, like most of my good segues, it was unintentional. So now it might be a clock issue. The Pirates are going to huddle up. So we'll have a stoppage in play as they adjust the clock to 45 seconds. I don't know that anybody called a timeout.
10-second runoff on the penalty. So 45 now on the clock.
I don't often say this with 45 seconds on the clock, but the clock's still at this point really not much of an issue for the Pirates with all 3 timeouts remaining. And, of course, the clock will briefly stop on any first down.
Well,
but
the big issue right now, back-to-back false start penalties, they're going to want to shore that up here.
Right, yeah. The field position more of a problem. They've been backed up to the Fullerton 34. Now you're starting to get to the very edge of Arroyo's range. Yeah, what's that conversation like right now if you're in the huddle after back-to-back false starts?
Probably a couple of choice words of the 4-letter variety.
Well, what is it? There's so much crossover sometimes in sports coverage, and you talk about that first few minutes of the last few minutes of the first half, first few minutes of the second half, and so important to maintain focus in those situations. And the Pirates, who had played a pretty clean first 30 minutes here, now starting to hurt themselves with penalties.
They took a timeout so they wouldn't have to run the 45.
All right, so back to 55 seconds on the clock.
As the Pirates will take a timeout rather than take the 10-second runoff. And here comes Ewan, joined by Chuck Wick in the backfield. So Vargas with a rest after the 26-yard run. Quick snap. Ewan again throws quickly and completes. Inside the 25, down to the 24. Christian Lancelotti with the catch. Steele with the tackle. 2nd down and 10 from the 24 of Fullerton. Ewan steps up into the pocket. Has some room still, looking downfield. Fires and completes to Vaughn. Vaughn inside the 10 down to the 9. Pirates with a 1st down. Clock at 26 seconds. Now they wind it down to 23. And the Pirates are going to have to take a timeout. That'll be their 2nd charge timeout here in the 1st half. Pirates back in the red zone with a 1st and goal from the Fullerton 9. It's Ventura College football on the VC Sports Network.
Timeout on the field. Scores from around the SCFA. Earlier results. College of the Canyons over Golden West 35-24. West LA Big over Glendale 54-6. Mount San Jacinto 42-6 over LA Harbor. Citrus big win over Allen Hancock 23-7. Palomar bageling Grossmont 19-0. Riverside at the half 21-7 over San Diego Mesa. Pasadena City with a 1-point lead on top of San Bernardino Valley 7-6. Chaffee big over Compton 42-8. They're in the 2nd. Long Beach clinging to a 1-point lead in the 2nd quarter 12-11. Still no score from Saddleback Mount San Antonio.
Ewan at the line. 1st and goal from the 9. 3 wide receivers to the left. Has the snap. Ewan fires into the end zone. Incomplete off the hands.
Gotta have it.
Looked like he was looking for Lancelotti. Lancelotti off the fingertips. So keep an eye on the Riverside San Diego Mesa game tonight. San Diego Mesa undefeated on the season so far, and perhaps a team to watch. 2nd and goal from the 9. Well, Ewan put it on the money.
Really did.
But Lancelotti couldn't quite stretch to make the catch. 2nd and goal.
The clock here.
Wick remains in the backfield. Ewan, good protection again. This is Wick. Picks up a block. He's at the 5, and he is hit hard at the 4. Manages to fall forward to the 3. 9 seconds to go. The Pirates will take their final timeout. Oh, here's an interesting situation. 3rd and goal from the 3. You're down to 9 seconds. You can't stop the clock. What will Steve Mushagian,
I think
the
it's
Pirate coaching staff, look to do in this situation?
One crack at it, I think, for sure.
Yeah, I think you can throw into the end zone. You just absolutely, obviously, you can't take a sack. And that's where you have the bonus of Alakai Ewan being your quarterback. Obviously, among the harder quarterbacks in the SCFA to bring down.
Rounding out the scores in the SCFA, Santa Monica and Victor Valley at the end of the half, 17 all. Moore Park over El Camino, 20-14. They're in the 2nd as well.
Looks like the Raiders have made a little jump forward this season.
They have. We'll have them in the Thursday night game after the bye week at COC. Matt Robinson, Jesse Munoz, and a lot of the team here at SoCal College Sports in on that one.
And you.
I might be there.
3rd and goal from the 3. Jaden Vargas returns in the backfield. 9 seconds remaining. The Pirates with no timeouts. Ewan has the snap. Designed roll to the right. Throws, completes, touchdown. Flags on the play.
Might have been a pick play. Well, we're going to look at it, that's for sure. See if this is a pick play on the inside.
Yeah.
Clearing out, yeah, a pick play.
Well, it looked like a little bit of a hold, isn't it, if you're looking at Farrell?
Farrell, I think, gets into it.
It was back to Vaughn with a touchdown reception, but this might
Farrell clears out there with a little bit of interference. And
looked like a little bit of a reach and maybe got a little bit of the jerk. So it is on Farrell. And that takes the touchdown off the board. And with 5 seconds remaining now,
see here,
you got to send
look
out
at
a
11.
Royal.
That's Farrell at the bottom of the set. And he's going to come forward, and he's going to cross. But If he just squares in instead of going into the defensive back, that's a touchdown
Did
instead.
he make a little bit of the basketball move there and stick the
Yeah.
butt out a little bit? Is that maybe what caught the attention? Here comes Alberto Arroyo to attempt the field goal. He's already hit from 23 yards out. This will be from 28 after the penalty is assessed. Excuse me, it's from the third. It'll be a 35-yard. It's a 15-yard penalty. So they'll spot it at the 18, and this will be a 35-yard attempt for Arroyo, trying to push it back out to a 7-point lead. Snap, placement down, kick is blocked. It's a live football. The Hornets pick it up, but then fell down. It looked like Jordan Wright had it for a moment, but couldn't quite find his footing, and that's perhaps a break for the Pirates there, as Wright had some blockers and might have been able to take that one the other way. Instead, with 0-0 on the clock, should be the final play of the first half. And we'll head to the locker room.
Nope, this will not be the final play of the first half.
Flag down and a flag against the Hornets. What a big play that is. And now with no time on the clock, we'll have one more play. Did you see what the call was? It was
Offsides.
It was offsides.
Crucial.
Well, maybe that explains something. So now it'll be a 30-yard attempt. Arroyo gets another chance. Snap, placement, kick away. And Arroyo converts. So the Pirates take full advantage of the penalty. And the 30-yard field goal by Alberto Arroyo will give the Pirates a 27-20 lead at the half. Entertaining first half. We'll come back, give you a look at a few highlights from the first half, maybe one more look around at some of the other scores, get you ready for the second half. Halftime from the VC Sportsplex. Ventura 27, Fullerton 20 on the VC Sports Network and SoCalCollegeSports.com.
I'm on battery, my friend.
Second half set to get underway. Pirates will have it first, leading it 27-20. A back and forth, tremendously exciting first 30 minutes of football. And a low line drive kick is hit in the first line by the Pirates, and now they'll just fall on it at the 34. So they come out with pretty good field position with no return. It looked almost like a squib kick that caught the first wave of Pirate blockers. Ventura will start from the 35. What a first half for Alakai Ewan. 22 of 27, 304 yards, 2 touchdowns. No interceptions, and man, he has been lights out, but the Pirates a long way from being done here. The Hornets, as you would expect, more than dangerous, and they're still within 7 as we start the third quarter. Quick snap to Ewan. They'll keep it on the ground. Vargas running right, and Duckenfield leads the charge, wrapping up Vargas after a gain of perhaps a yard. Pirates came in averaging better than 200 yards a game on the ground as a team in the first half here tonight. A much different story, just 36 yards rushing on 15 attempts. Ewan throwing and completing for a first down, but it hardly matters if Ewan keeps it up. Vaughn with the reception out to midfield. Steele gets credit for the tackle for Vaughn. That is his 8th reception, 4th time in 5 games that Vaughn has caught 8 or more balls. Read option, Ewan looking for the corner, and he is going to run out of room and be run out for a loss on the play. It's a nice job by Jordan Wright stringing that play out. The loss will take it back to the 47. That's a 3-yard loss and brings up 2nd down and 13. Man, how about Terrell Vaughn? 8 for 89, another touchdown. 35 catches, 7 touchdowns. We're just in the 5th week.
Kid's a stud.
Of the season.
Probably goes without saying.
Straight drop, Ewan feeling the pressure, able to evade. Now circles right and runs out of bounds. Got back to perhaps the line. That's a great job creating pressure. And who was giving chase about 15 yards wide of the pocket? Josh Tarango.
You know, a couple times this season we've had a chance to see Saddleback Chance Nolan, one of the top players, if not the top player in the state of California. Ewan reminds me a lot of his elusiveness. Just like to see him go a little bit more north and south on his runs.
3rd and 13 facing the Pirates now. In the first half, the Pirates on 3rd down. Still looking for that number. They were just 1 of 6. Deep throw, near side, Farrell out of bounds, incomplete. And that'll bring on the punting unit. And the Pirates, let me correct that, now 3 of 9 on 3rd down after failing to convert there. And the Hornets do the job defensively. They force the punt. Here comes Steve Sanchez. And now the Hornets can look for the tie. Dawson Williams waiting to return this kick. And that one is blocked. Pirates going to fall on it at the 40, but the Hornets will take over. Another blocked punt. The 3rd punt blocked for the Pirates this season, and that is fast becoming a major issue. And let's take a look at the replay. And I want to say, as we watch this replay, that that's Arroyo back to punt. It's Sanchez, who is normally the punter, but it looks like Arroyo came out to take that one. And a little too much time, and the Hornets get the block. And another big play on special teams. We already had the kick return for a touchdown for the Hornets in the first half. And now they get the blocked punt. And they will take over with great field position at the Pirate 40. Commons, who quietly had a very good first half.
What a catch.
Steps up, completes. Great move by Tim Allen. Now splits a couple of tacklers. Loses the football, and it's out of bounds. It's going to stay with Fullerton. Allen on the play. picked up 25 yards. They'll spot it at the 15. They're going to say this was no fumble, so the ball does not go forward. I started to say Commons' first half was outstanding. 13 of 15, 136 yards, 1 touchdown, did have 1 interception. Quick throw, Allen picks it off the turf, loses the football again on the near side, but he's able to cover it up.
And Allen going to the Xbox controller for those moves.
Allen with 3 catches for 45 yards in the first half, and he's already improved on that number. Came in as the leading receiver for Fullerton on the season. Now he'll check out after losing a yard on that catch. 2nd down and 11. Commons now 15 for 17 in the game. Play action, screens it out and completes down to the 10.
Solid open field tackle made.
Spencer Owens, the tight end, with the reception. Callaway moving up to make the stop. The Hornets continue to work quickly. Now a 3rd down and 5. Running right. And a gain of about 3. So that's a little bit shy of 1st down yardage. So they'll call that a 2-yard gain. It's 4th and 3. Lucky Avenger back in the backfield. And the Hornets will line up to go for it. They converted on a 4th down in the first half. They give straight ahead, and I don't think he got it. Pirate defense with the stand. That's a gamble on a 4th down carry.
We'll see it here on the replay.
Yeah, that was Alfonso Graham on the carry.
I believe he needed the 4. Didn't get there.
Looked like Nunnery in the middle of that.
Yep.
Getting in there, and that's a big stop for the Pirates. The Hornets have struggled in the red zone this season, and that's a notable struggle there. Just 8 of 14. That's 57% scoring points at all in the red zone. Check that, 12 of 25, but that places them 26th in the SCFA in red zone scoring percentage, and they come up empty on that trip, failing on 4th down. Pirates will start from their 6. Ewan fakes now, keeps, got ahead of steam, 1st down and more. Ewan into the secondary, he's at the 35. He's wrapped up from behind, but not before a run of about 32 yards for Alakai Ewan. They'll give him the 40. That's a 34-yard run for Alakai Ewan. And you just simply cannot let him find a lane like that.
How about the D lineman coming back? That's not an easy task. And
yeah, it's a great hustle. And chase that down. 34-yard run for Ewan makes him the leading rusher for the Pirates in this one. That's not big news. He's leading the Pirates in rushing on the season. Pop flies looking for Farrell. Twisting catch by Farrell, but he's out of bounds. We'll bring up 2nd down and 10. Farrell makes a big target at 6'4". A little bit behind. That's a great effort by Farrell. Couldn't quite hold on to the football. Smith had the coverage. 3 wide receivers to the near side on 2nd and 10. They fake to Vargas, screen it out to Vaughn. Vaughn gets a block. He's at the 45. Hit at the 50, but falls forward to the 49. That's a gain of 11. Vaughn now at 100 yards receiving in the game on 9 catches. Another 1st down for the Pirates at the Fullerton 49. Vargas picks his way forward for a gain of 5. Tarango with the stop, along with Jordan Rice. So a 4-yard run for Vargas brings up 2nd down and 6. Dual setbacks. Vaughn out of the backfield with the catch. Near the 1st down marker. And he is pushed back. Well, let's see what they give him in terms of forward momentum here. very near the first down marker.
I think they're going to move him.
He got to the 43, it looks like. No, the 44. Check that. It's at the 39-yard line. And that is enough for a first down. So a 6-yard pickup for Vaughn. And right back to him. Tries to split a couple of tacklers, and he's dragged down at the 43. I tell you, a busy night for that Fullerton secondary. Junior Wiley with the stop on Vaughn, and it's been a busy night
For
trying
Vaughn.
to find Terrell Vaughn.
He's going to get a breather with good reason.
11 catches now for Vaughn.
SCFA PPR Fantasy League, you're doing okay if you had Vaughn in the lineup.
Hey, you're doing fine in any format if you got Vaughn on your team. 2nd and 9. Ewan steps up, good protection over the middle. Catch is made at the 29. Blaze Williams. It's Dustin Sanchez. Okay. Sanchez with the reception in traffic. That's a great job picking up the first down at the Fullerton 24.
Uh-oh.
Has a man open near the 10-yard line. Catch is made. Back to Reeves. Jacob Jones with the hit on Reeves, but Reeves with a great job holding on to the football. And the ball now at the Fullerton 9-yard line, 1st and goal. Ewan starting to spread it around. Finds Sanchez, then Reeves. And now they're inside the 10. Reeves steps up, throws into the end zone, and it's incomplete. He had a man. Is that back to Sanchez?
Did he miss him? No. I think Ewan's thinking that he's going to square in. Instead, he went a little long on it.
So 2nd and goal from the 9. Juan Gaitan returns for the Pirates. Vaughn and Farrell to the bottom of your screen. Gaitan in motion. Quick snap. Vargas running right. He's at the 5. Twisting toward the goal line. And he's inside the 1. So Vargas needed 9 yards, and he got about 8 3/4. So 3rd and goal. Pirates quickly back to the line midway through the 3rd. Ewan will keep it. Over the top. No signal. He's in. Alakai Ewan from a yard out. 7:31 to go in the 3rd. As we'll take one more look at it. He got there easily. So Ewan even had a little time to celebrate at the top of the pile. So the Pirates go back out in front by 13. Meanwhile, we do have a player down, so we'll take an injury timeout. 7:31 to go in the 3rd. You're watching Ventura College football on the VC Sports Network and SoCalCollegeSports.com. Yeah. Arroyo on to try the extra point. Pirates go back up 13, but of late, Michael, when they go up 2 scores, this is when the problems start. If you're a Pirate fan, the Hornets have had an answer to get themselves back every time, but they'll have to work again from a couple of scores behind. And this is what makes it so tough to come back against the Pirates, is they'll keep on putting the points on the board themselves. And now it's 34-20. do want to update you on a jersey change here. In the first half, Hunter Rison was wearing jersey number 10. So from the sources that we've had now, it appears as though there was a jersey change. It was DeJounte Smith last week. But now we're getting the word that it's Hunter Rison. We want to make sure that we get
Hunter Rison in relation to Mojo?
But Rison with 5 catches, 107 yards, and 2 touchdowns in the first half. And that goes along with the rest of the numbers that he's had this season. Nothing. So Hunter Rison really coming out of nowhere and having a monster breakout game here for the Hornets. And what a great surprise and delight that has no doubt been for Hornet fans. But it's Rison who has been huge here in this first half. So we'll keep an eye out for him in the second half. 7:31 to go in the third.
Got a score update from Mount Sac, 14-13 over Saddleback. In West Covina, L.A. Pierce with a 7-point lead at the half, 21-14 over College of the Desert. And at the half, Antelope Valley up 7-0 on top of Santa Barbara.
Griffin will take this one from the goal line. Bobbles momentarily, but he's got it. Out to the 20, 25, out to the 30. Tries to cut it back, and he's tripped up at the 31.
Other scores from around the SCFA. Victor Valley on top of Santa Monica, 24-17. El Camino now trailing Moore Park, 28-14. They've been lapped. Southwestern at the half on top of ELAC, 14-7. Bakersfield Big over Orange Coast, 21-3. And LA Valley still with the lead on top of LA Southwest, 13-7.
Here comes Quinn Commons and the Hornet offense. Avenger in the backfield. As Commons looks over the Pirate defense on a 1st and 10. They hand off left side and a gain of about 5 out to the 35, call it the 36. Lucky Avenger gets the first down carry, and Nunnery with the stop. Well, it's Brett Moyer, slow to get up for the Pirates, and they'll come out and take a quick look at Brett. And we had Jaden Vargas down briefly at the tail end of the last drive.
Looked like a cramp.
Yeah, cramp, and now you wonder if maybe Moyer again. It's a warm evening. And this has been a fast-paced game.
Updating some more scores from around the SCFA. Long Beach on top of Cerritos, 22-11. Still 7-6. Pasadena City by the slimmest of margins over San Bernardino Valley. Riverside opening it up on top of San Diego Mesa, 38-14. Palomar all over Grossmart, 26-0. Injury on the field. We'll take a timeout ourselves. Back in a moment here on SoCal College Sports.
Second down and 5 for the Hornets as we're ready to go. Moyer able to walk off under his own power for the Pirates. Pistol formation. Here's the snap. Avenger with a good hole up the middle. Moves the pile. He's got the first down out to the 43.
They said the ball's out.
Ball might have been loose. The Pirates preliminarily signaling that they've got it, but it looks like they're going to blow this play dead. Knight with the stop, but not before Avenger with a good push up front. Gains 7 yards and a first down for Fullerton.
Oh, no, he was down. Definitely looked down.
They go back to Avenger on first down. Might have gotten back to the line.
Terrific penetration by Ventura.
Nunnery with the stop. And Avenger might have squeaked out a yard. Second down and 9. And they'll come on with Griffin and Allen to the top of your screen. 4 wide receivers set. Commons from the gun. Play clock down to 8. Has the snap. They fake to Avenger, and Commons able to slip out of a tackle in the backfield and slither forward for a gain of about 4. but he managed to avert a loss on the play, getting out to the 48, and a 3rd and 5 upcoming for the Hornets. Commons with plenty of time on the play clock. Pirates coming on the blitz. Pass incomplete, looking for Nosef. Good coverage by Dom Brown. And that'll bring up 4th down, and here comes the Hornet punting unit. Alec Fonseca back to punt. Sanchez back to receive the kick. 5:22 remaining in the 3rd. Fonseca came in averaging 39 yards per kick. High kick. Sanchez signals for a fair catch, but now lets it bounce. And it takes a Hornet bounce down to the 20. That's a kick of 32 yards, no return. And the Pirates will take over with an opportunity to start to maybe put a bit of a stranglehold on this game, Michael. If they can get a 6 here, you know, it's far from over, but it's a long way to go. If you're the Hornets.
Certainly changes the game plan defensively. You can start to really attack at the front.
So Chuck Wick on in the backfield with Alakai Ewan. Pirates not in a big hurry. Ewan with the snap. Good protection up front, looking deep, and it's incomplete. Boy, he almost dropped it in there perfectly.
Step for step. I mean, that is terrific coverage.
Looking for Lancelotti. This is very good coverage. Jacob Jones had the coverage one-on-one with Lancelotti, and Ewan almost dropped it in perfectly. 2nd down and 10 after the incompletion. Well, how scary is it to contemplate if you do this kind of job stopping the Pirate running game, and yet you've still given up 34 points in the 3rd quarter?
Yeah.
Because the Hornets have been outstanding against the run here tonight, as Gaitan gets the carry there and picks up 4 yards, bringing up a 3rd down and 6. But it seems to have barely slowed the Pirate offense that still has 34 points on the board as they face a 3rd down now, 3rd and 6.
I think defensively, Fullerton has done a good job of generating pressure, but Ventura's done a great job of countering that and getting the ball to Vaughn in open space via the screen.
Good protection again, but the pass incomplete. Thrown behind his man, and well, I tell you, both Lancelotti and Ewan want an interference call, but they're not going to get it. And instead, it's 4th down. And are we going to see Arroyo or perhaps Sanchez?
I wonder if they have a case here. See the replay. I mean, that is blatant. Not entirely sure what the referee's looking at there, but
looks like Steve Sanchez is back in punt formation. It might have been Arroyo last time, but good kick. Takes a Pirate bounce. This is going to roll back inside the 25 all the way to the 21. That is a 55-yard punt. The Hornets will take over. We do have a flag down. As the officials are huddled up on the far side.
let's go back to this last play here. And this is pretty obvious pass interference. We're going to watch it over the middle of the field here as this develops here. Look at that. There's contact. Ball's not there. You can't.
Yeah, that is
Where's the flag? That's a terrible no call.
Unless, of course, you're a Hornet fan, then I suppose it's
True. It's well said. Objectively, it's a bad call.
Yeah, it's, shall we say, it's a little surprising that didn't draw a flag, perhaps. But there are missed calls. It does happen. And the Hornets perhaps dodge a bullet there and get it back.
Yeah. Now
Meanwhile, there's a hold on the return.
On the return team. So a great kick turns into an even better one via the penalty.
And now the Hornets will take over with very poor field position at their own 11-yard line. Straight drop on 1st and 10. Pirates bring the pressure. They've got the sack. Back inside the 10. Callis on at quarterback. Jordan Rice able to wrap up. Darius Johnson able to wrap up Callis for a loss of 4. So the sack makes it 2nd and 14. Callis has the snap. 4-man rush. Shovel pass ahead to the 10. Broken tackle.
Rising.
Hunter Risen indeed with the reception. His 6th of the game. He's out to the 17. Nunnery with the stop. A 3rd down and 4 coming up for Fullerton from their own 17-yard line. Well, it's Terrell Vaughn for the Pirates, and it's Hunter Risen that you got to locate if you're the Pirates working against the Hornets. Throwing right sideline pass. Incomplete. They're going to say it was out of bounds. Looked like he was looking for Nosef. And this is a 4th and 4 now for the Hornets, and expect to see the punting unit, and here they come. So great job by the Pirate defense. They get the 3 and out, and they should get it back with very good field position. And boy, that's a good look there. That's a great effort by Nosef, who very well might have gotten that ball in bounds. So the Hornets maybe catch a break on the defensive drive, but perhaps a call goes against them in the ensuing offensive drive as they will kick it away. High kick from Fonseca, but short. Sanchez moving up, makes the fair catch at the 46-yard line of Fullerton. 29-yard punt, and very good field position coming up for the Pirates. They'll spot it at the Fullerton 45. 2:57 to go in the 3rd. Like to see a read option here on this drive, on this series here for the Pirates. Hornets really selling out, I think, at this point to stop the run. Figuring the Pirates might run in this situation here and get Ewan into some space. Let's see how the Pirates proceed. 1st and 10 from the 45. Looking for the double move. Instead, he's going to tuck it. Nope, now he will dump it short and complete. Inside the 40, down to the 38.
That's terrific recognition by Ewan.
Finding Chuck Wick. Wick has been a solid receiver out of the backfield all season. 2nd and 3. Gets the call. Off tackle on the left side. Met and stopped after a gain of a yard. Rice with the stop for Fullerton, and a 3rd down and 3.
This is likely 4-down territory, wouldn't you say here, Stoy?
Well, I think with this, knowing what I know about Steve Mushagan, I think he's got a lot of faith in the offense. You could play field position here, elect to try and, if you don't get it, play more of a field position game. Instead, they'll look for Farrell. Did he get his feet down? He did. Boy, Farrell makes a great catch there. He knows he's going to take a pop. Smith and Wright converging And I believe it was Smith who had the hit, but watch Farrell here. And there's no way you're not going to take a hit on this catch. And he makes the grab. Back to live action and a carry on the right side. Wick, maybe a yard. Elijah Mott with the tackle. And it's a 2nd and 8, winding down, 1:25 and counting remaining in the third. Pirates on the move again, trying to open up what would be their largest lead of the night. They try the counter. Wick runs into a wall. He lost a yard or two. Jamal Dorsey leading the charge. 3rd down and 10 coming up. This is as good a job in my few years of covering Pirate football that I have seen a team really do against the Pirate running game. A couple other games may be up there, but the Hornets have been very, very tough against the run tonight. But the Pirates have still managed to move the football, generate scoring chances under a minute to go in the third. Receivers left and right, 3rd and 10. Ewan, straight drop. He's under all kinds of pressure, and he's going to be sacked for a big loss.
Flag on the field at the line of scrimmage, and I wonder if there was some early movement. Let's see if we can bring this up here.
Mott along with Bediako. And instead, it's a holding call against Ventura. They'll decline that. This is going to take them, well, I wanted to say out of field goal range, but this would be a 48-yarder for Arroyo. And he's got this much leg. It's a 4th and 19, so see what Steve Mushagian wants to do. Right now, it's Ewan and the offense that's going to stay out there on a 4th and 19. Interesting call.
Wonder if this may
some movement.
free play.
Might be a free play. Ewan throws and completes to Farrell. Farrell on the near side, run out of bounds near the 20-yard line.
Another flag, and this one near the quarterback where the collision occurred. And I wonder if this is going to be roughing the passer. We'll have a pretty good look of it here on replay.
Mike Davis, the referee tonight, will make the call.
He's just gobbling up Ewan. The flag called. Looks like this can be a fresh set of downs.
Oh, that is
for the Pirates.
Killer penalty if you're Fullerton in this situation on a 4th and 19. You're looking at a 4th and 19, Mike. Almost the only way you can give up a first down is to commit a penalty.
Yeah.
And not only that, you really have to commit a personal foul. You have to make a mental error, really, to give it up. Even
Well, we'll have coverage next week. Antelope Valley hosting Allen Hancock.
it is a roughing the passer call. They'll decline the offsides against Fullerton and take the roughing the passer. The personal foul indeed gives them a first down at the Fullerton 16-yard line. And well, I said it before and I'll say it again. That is as bad a penalty as you can take in that situation. If you're Fullerton.
Brutal.
You have managed to get the stop that's maybe the only thing that's going to keep you in this game. And instead, the Pirates move into the red zone. Wick will return in the backfield with Alakai Ewan at the controls. 3 wide receiver set. .26 seconds to go in the third quarter. And it was Dorsey with the late hit. Or I should say it was roughing the passer to be precise.
Trying to figure out where they're going to mark this off. Is that the right?
Yeah, it should take it to the. Well, they're bringing it down to the 11.
Spot foul. Happened well behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, this would make it a 20-yard penalty. But either way, the news gets better if you're the Pirates. Now you got it 1st and 10 at the 11. They hand off straight ahead. Wick bouncing off tacklers. He's at the 5. down to the goal line.
Battle wills.
Gang tackle by the Hornets. Wick still moving the pile. Still no signal, but he is very close. The Pirates are celebrating. They want the touchdown. And it is! What a great effort by Chuck Wick. I'll tell you, he's hit near the line of scrimmage. Bounces off tackles, and then watch here. Moving the pile, and Wick just won't stop working. A 11-yard touchdown run for Chuck Wick. And for Wick, that is his 4th rushing touchdown of the season. Arroyo's extra point is up and good. 2 seconds remaining in the third quarter. And the Pirates now enjoy their largest lead of the night at 21. They lead at 41-20. And indeed, I'm being told by Art, being reminded by Art Gilbreth and camera that Fullerton's had some very good fourth quarters in the past against Ventura, but they'll have to do it on the road here at the Sportsplex. And you think about the Pirate defense tonight. Mike, I think as you have so presciently pointed out a couple times tonight, it's really been big plays, but if you look beyond the kick return for a touchdown and the huge pass from Frokaj to Risen, the one-play scoring drive, that's 6 points on the board. The Pirates have done a pretty good job defensively on most plays tonight, on most of this performance, in making the Hornets work for it. The Hornets have really been reliant on a couple of very big plays, one of them on special teams. Short kick taken at the 13. Now to the 25.
Risen.
Shedding a tackle and past the 30, near the 40. And it's Hunter Risen. Well, what is Hunter Risen not going to do tonight for Fullerton? That was the final play of the third quarter. Through 3, 41-20 Ventura. You're watching Ventura College Football on the VC Sports Network and SoCalCollegeSports.com.
Start of the fourth quarter. Fullerton trailing big, but they've had some success in the fourth quarter, so not something that Ventura can go to sleep on. And they've given up some big plays in this one. You just alluded to them. Jeff, you talked about the kickoff return for a touchdown, the 66-yarder earlier in this one. That was to Risen.
Yep.
Well, we thought it was Smith. Now we know it's Risen.
Well, two different rosters floating around here, but it happens. But
Hey,
we want to make sure that
we're going to get it right at some
Risen,
point.
who evidently is having the big game, want to make sure that we put the spotlight on that appropriately, because he has been awesome tonight as Graham makes the catch.
Oh,
So Graham,
you get a quick score here if you're Fullerton. And, given the run troubles tonight for Ventura, this is, we've seen crazier things happen. But you certainly like where Ventura is in this one.
Commons has the snap. On the crossing, Penner, Risen, stiff arms a man, now has a little bit of open field, slips out of another tackle, finally run out of bounds near the 20-yard line. Brown finally runs him out of bounds, but not before a pickup of 24 yards, and Hunter Risen well over 100 yards. I want to say about 9 catches now in the game. Try to get an official stat. Play action, Commons. Pressure from the blind side, but he slips away. Now has room inside the 10, down to the 5. Sheds a tackle near the goal line, and he's got the touchdown. Commons with a 23-yard scramble, and just like that, the Hornets coming back. Back within 2 scores now at 41-26.
That's a poor effort defensively from Ventura. Get some pressure on the outside, but then on the inside, there's just nothing there.
And then the
Commons, great recognition.
Missed tackle here as Ross comes up, and Commons able to just kind of bounce off the arm tackle and take it the rest of the way. Last couple of yards, and Fonseca adds the extra point. 13:27 to go in the game. Not over yet, 41-27. Well, as good as the third quarter was, if you're Ventura, that was not an auspicious beginning to the fourth.
No.
But they'll get it back, and we'll see what Alakai Ewan can do. Take over for a second. I just want to see if I can.
Well, Ewan has had his bright spots for sure. The read option, when he's able to gain those chunk plays, been very effective. But the run game, as we've alluded to, has had its problems. So if you can get a quick 3 and out here, Fullerton in not a terrible position. They're down by a couple of touchdowns. Right now, it's a question of what if, really, if you're Fullerton, if you go back to their touchdown earlier where they attempted 2 and came up empty in a short yardage situation where at the time it didn't really make sense. But now they're down by 2 touchdowns. They could be within 14 points of taking the lead. But instead it's 41-27, 13-27 remaining in the fourth.
Updating the numbers on Hunter Rison now, 7 catches, 141 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Man.
That is a huge performance. Short kick on the near side. Pirates will cover it up at the 37-yard line.
Short kick to the up back. Watching a game earlier today, College of the Canyons versus Golden West. Now Canyons goes on to win that game, but the opening kickoff in that one, a short kick taken by the up back and muffed. And it looked like Ventura. Fullerton was trying to catch Ventura a little bit off guard there, but special teams so heady under Coach Steve Mushagian most of the time, albeit not too proud of the kickoff return for a touchdown earlier in this one.
Ewan, who now has 398 yards passing in the game, brings the offense back on.
Short a man, 3 on the play clock. They're going to have to take a timeout. They don't want to eat 5 yards.
And indeed they will. That is their first charge timeout. 13:25 to go in the ballgame. 41-27 here on the VC Sports Network. Pirates will start from their 36-yard line, 37, 1st and 10. 3 wide receivers to the top. Ewan coming out, plenty of time on the play clock. As the snap, Wick running right, finds a lane. He's at the 45, bounces off a tackler. He's got the first down.
That is
out to midfield.
That is a statement run from Wick. Look at that. And they're going to chew up some clock here, and we'll have some time to look at it. Look at this run from Wick.
Yeah, 2 carries ago, Wick had no yards rushing tonight. He had a rough night. But what a great 11-yard touchdown run to cap off the last drive. 13 more on this run. Chuck Wick starting to get it dialed up. 1st and 10 from midfield. And he tried to cut back there and loses his footing. Rice will get credit for the tackle in the backfield. A 2-yard loss, and it's 2nd down and 12. Terrell Vaughn, 11 catches, 108 yards, and a touchdown tonight. How long before they go back to Terrell Vaughn here, Michael? Can't be too long.
Might be right now.
Ewan has the snap, lost the handle. It's still loose. Hornets look like they fell on it.
Not only do they get a 3 and out, better than that, they get a turnover.
And it's Rice, Jordan Rice, who ends up with the football. Boy, that is exactly what you don't want if you're Ventura. Turnovers have not been much of a story tonight.
So
In fact, to my mind, this is the first turnover for the Pirates. I know the Hornets had one in the first half.
It wasn't a bad snap. It just looked like Ewan took his eyes off of it.
And it's a short field, and the pressure now on the Pirate defense, as the Hornets will have it 1st and 10 at the Ventura 38. Still a world of time left in this one, 12 minutes and 12 seconds. Deep drop, Callis on the crossing pattern, has a man, 1st down and more, inside the 20, down to the 15-yard line. It was Griffin. Griffin gets all the way down to the 15. A 1st down after a 23-yard pickup. So the Hornets quickly on the move. Commons at the controls. Straight drop, throws right, looking for Nosef, and there's the flag.
Didn't
I don't
matter.
think there's. Did he make the catch? How about that? Anusium had the coverage, and Commons able to drop it in for the touchdown anyway. I don't think there was any question but that there was interference, but as you say, Michael, doesn't matter. How about this?
Draped all over him with the flag. So what?
And
Touchdown.
Nosef makes the catch in traffic. And for Nosef, that is his 5th touchdown reception, leading the Hornets on the season. 14 unanswered here in the early part of this 4th quarter, and we're back to a 1-score game.
Unreal.
Well, the Pirates are just going to make you bite your nails. Well, I guess if you're the lesson there, if you're Wes Anusium and defensive back, is, boy, make your interference count, I guess, because he committed the penalty.
Get your money's worth.
Don't let that football in there on top of it. Yeah. But that's we can joke about it, but it's a tremendous effort by Kalen Nosef to make that catch in traffic, and great job by Commons getting that ball in there anyway. Meanwhile, we've got flags on the extra point. So
I thought I heard encroachment, but they're backing it up 5, so it looks like there was maybe some early movement. Okay, no, now they're walking back the other. I don't know what they're doing.
Well, we haven't really been sure a lot of tonight. So
I'm not really sure about much anyway.
They're going to try this one more time for Fonseca. He's perfect on the season on extra points. There's the snap, this one away. And he puts it through. And just like that, brand new ball game, 11:38 to go. 41-34. Pirate lead down to 7 on the VC Sports Network and SoCalCollegeSports.com. Reeves and Atkins back deep for the Pirates. Well, it was roundabout this time a week ago that Reeves thwarted a big comeback with a 93-yard kick return for a touchdown at Palomar. You know, the Pirates wouldn't mind a repeat performance right about now.
Well, I wouldn't say there's a fire right now, but there's definitely smoke, and Ventura needs to put it out quickly.
Well, you talk a lot about as a squib kick down toward Atkins, having a little trouble. He's got it at the 11. And he is wrapped up around the 15. Short return. They'll spot it at the 14, so about a 3-yard return for Atkins. And the Pirates will take over with very poor field position. When you talk about, you don't want to let the Pirates get a sense of momentum, get going, rolling all downhill with their offense. Well, the Hornets, that kind of team as well, with the kind of offensive and defensive talent that they have.
Yep.
And right now they are feeling the momentum, and the Pirates are going to need some answers offensively here at the very least. A couple of first downs here to change the field position going to be an absolute must as Ewan brings the offense back out. Trips to the left. They go with Wick over his left guard, and he'll be lucky to get back to the line.
No, the read option, the run game's been a struggle here tonight. And, in retrospect, I think it has a lot to do with the exchange. Ewan's not really selling that very well.
Yeah. They were trying to run right at Josh Tarango there, and I just don't know if that's a great idea. Tarango really stuffs that play and gets the stop. 2nd down and 10. Ewan will look to put it in the air. Out in the flat to Wick. Wick spins out of one tackle, and he's brought down at the 21. That's a 7-yard pickup and a 3rd and 3. I should say a massive 3rd and 3 coming up for the Pirates.
Stop understating it, Stoy. Come on.
On the night, Ventura 5 of 13 on 3rd down. None bigger than this one. Came into tonight converting 48% 3rd downs on the
trips
season.
to the left, and nobody's on Vaughn right now. That's a
Quick
terrible
pitch.
read.
Wick
What?
on the right side, no chance. It's a big loss on the play.
Well, I want to know. I want to know what the play call is here. Let's watch this again.
Jacob Jones.
Look at this. Nobody's
Leading the
on Vaughn.
defense.
There's trips to the left, and they're overloading the side that they go to. It's like they knew what was coming.
Run away here. And looks like they want to pitch, but it's all white jerseys over there, and there's no chance for Wick.
No.
And it's a quick 3 and out. Sanchez will punt it away. End over end punt. And it takes a modest Pirate bounce to the 50. That's a 32-yard kick. And a 21-point lead at the end of 3. But right now, the Hornets are 50 yards away from tying this one up.
Wow.
Well, what can you say about the prescience of one Art Gilbreth sitting right here in the press box with us? Said at the start of the 4th quarter, the Hornets have had a lot of big 4th quarters.
Hey, I just reiterated it, and hey, he's making me look good. Art, I appreciate it.
He's been doing that for years up here. All right,
Need to get that man a headset.
From the 50. And the Hornets looking to potentially tie this one up. Rankins gets the carry. Dragged down after a gain of a couple.
The biggest thing that the offense needed to accomplish there was to at least eat up some clock, and you have to wonder what the fatigue level is right now for this defense of the Pirates.
Darius Johnson with the stop on Rankins. And a 2nd and 8 coming up. Deep drop Frocage in at quarterback. Great move by Griffin. Eludes a couple of Pirate defenders. Villamou among those beaten by Griffin.
Wow.
Along with Fern Romero. That's a couple of returners on the defense.
Stopped on a dime.
Griffin just makes a great move, picks up 8 yards. It's a 3rd and 1 from the 41. They fake and throw and complete. Anusium had blanket coverage, but Frokaj able to sneak it in to Griffin for a short gain of about 3 yards, but enough to move the chains. That's a great job by Griffin using his body to shield off Anusium and make the catch. 1st and 10 from the 39. Play action, Frokaj hit and sacked.
Ball's out. Well, he's already down.
Keontae Holiday with the sack.
Huge.
That's a 5-yard loss. Ventura came into action tonight with just 5 sacks as a team. They've had a couple more here tonight. And that was a big one. Creates a 2nd and long, 7:47 and counting remaining in the game. Rankins remains in the backfield. 3 wide receivers to the left. Frokaj, deep drop, quarterback draw. Frokaj at the 40, hit and brought down at the 35. That's a 9-yard run. And it brings up a 3rd down and a long 5.
Yeah,
Johnson able to make the stop for Ventura.
So I think this is 4th down territory.
Oh, I don't think there's any question about it at this point. You're not going to go for the long field goal, I think, even with this kind of time remaining, but we'll see what the thinking of Garrett Campbell is if there's a 4th down.
Momentum entirely in your favor. Why not?
Fullerton converted a 3rd down moments ago,
Wow.
but this 3rd down might get a little longer. It will. It's a false start penalty.
Wow.
Fullerton now 2 of 10 on 3rd down, and that was with the conversion earlier in this drive. This season has just been a house of horrors on 3rd down for Fullerton thus far. And it gets a little bit tougher here with a 3rd and 10.
It's taking a shotgun blast to the foot in terms of momentum for Fullerton.
Frokaj has that one stripped from behind, but right back to Frokaj. A busted play, and he'll just scramble forward to the 34. That is a huge break for Fullerton as they get a 5-yard gain out of it. Meanwhile, we have a Pirate player down. Did we get the replay on that? This one was stripped from the backside. I want to say maybe it was Owens coming off the edge. As we have a timeout on the field, it'll be 4th down. And you get the ball and watch it just kind of bounce right back to Frokaj, and he does the smart thing, just scrambles forward to get what he can and gets to the 34. And now a big 4th down coming up. It was Gerald Knight coming off the edge who was able to strip that ball out. But the Pirates can't take full advantage, but they do force a 4th and 5 with 6:35 remaining. And as you said, Michael, not a huge surprise here, but the Hornets are going to line up and go for it. They did convert a 4th down in the first half. They're 1 of 2 on 4th down in the game.
Very important to stay on side here if you're the defense.
9 of 16 on the season on 4th down are the Hornets. Here's the snap. Frokaj with time. Guns on the near sideline and completes. Back to Nosef at the 20. 14-yard gain and a massive pickup on a 4th down for the Hornets.
Are they 3 for 3 tonight?
No, they're 2 for 3.
2 for 3, excuse me.
Frokaj quickly brings them back to the line. Has the snap, fakes to Rankins. Frokaj stepping up, good protection, has a man at the 10. Down to the 5. Tim Allen with the reception. For Allen, that is his 6th catch for 84 yards. 1st and goal from the 5. The Hornets want to work quickly. Frokaj fakes straight up the middle. Got a couple. He's trying to move the pile. Falls forward. Did he get in? He did! Wow. Well, it's out of the Chuck Wick playbook, and this time it's Frokaj. That is sensational second effort. And it's 20 unanswered for the Hornets, and now they're just an extra point away from tying this one up. Fonseca will ready the extra point.
And he stopped at the 4, and then the pile moves forward. Fonseca, a big man to bring down.
Extra point is up and good.
Wow.
Brand new ball game, 5:43 to go. We're tied at 41. Ventura College Football on the VC Sports Network and SoCalCollegeSports.com. Well, who would have thunk it? At the end of 3 quarters, it looked like maybe the Pirates were going to be able to relatively cruise home with this one, Michael. It was a 41-20 lead.
Yeah, and then Nostradamus came in the booth, let us know that
That's right.
that there might have been a precarious fourth quarter
Yes,
among us.
Somebody mentioned that maybe. And the Hornets, well, I'll tell you, give Garrett Campbell and his staff and this Hornet team an awful lot of credit. It might have been easy to just mail this one in. Squib kick taken by the up back and a good return out past the 40 will set the Pirates up with very good field position. But the Hornets, never stop believing. And quick drive. They get a quick touchdown to start the fourth quarter, then get the big turnover. And then field position again in another short field, and they have taken full advantage. 3 straight touchdown drives, and we're tied at 41, and now a shell-shocked Pirate offensive unit comes back onto the field. And they got to find some points here.
Yeah. You pair that with the shell-shocked contingent of Pirate followers.
Back to Vaughn on the screen. Gets a block. He's out to midfield. Brought down at the 48.
And
That's a 10-yard quick pass to Terrell Vaughn, his 12th catch, good enough to move the chains.
where was that earlier? We saw them trips to the left on a third down possibility. He was unguarded, and they go to the right.
I'll tell you, the screen pass to Terrell Vaughn is the running game tonight. They fake it. Ewan on the keeper, trying to circle right, stiff arms a man, but he is going to be brought down for a big loss.
And he's just got to be able to fall forward at the point of attack. And the reason why he doesn't pass the ball there is because he had already committed past the line of scrimmage and then backtracked. And if he lets that fly, it's a loss of down and a penalty.
Yeah, he has been so effective running the ball, and he just has that faith. And that time, the Hornets just did a great job of staying in their lane and really walling off any opportunity for Ewan to escape. And they throw him for the 8-yard loss.
And you look at the defense here. I think they have something dialed up here on Ewan.
2nd and 18, 4-man rush. Ewan dumps it short, big hit. Is that Sarah Smith?
Man.
It was Wick with the reception, but it was the hit. Xavion Steele.
We're going to
get
see
the number on the far side with the big hit on Wick, and this is a great read by Steele. It's a loss of 2.
Again, looked like they knew where this was going. Oof.
3rd and 20. .421 to go in the ball game, and I think this is a really good adjustment by the Hornets defensively. Pirates' short passing game has really been the key tonight, and that's where the offense has come from. They haven't had a lot of success going deep downfield, and they certainly haven't had a lot of success running the football.
This Fullerton defense dialed in right now.
Now the Pirates facing a 3rd and forever. Again, they'll drop into coverage. Will the Hornets? Ewan hit and sacked.
Man.
Tarango among the first to get there. He got a little help from Cameron Proctor. That's a loss of 8 as we're going to take a look at the replay again. And what are you going to do when a team can bring a 4-man rush and get that kind of pressure on the quarterback? And there's nothing you can do offensively. They're dropping 7 into coverage and still getting that kind of pressure. They come after Sanchez, who gets it away. Fair catch signaled for. Now they're going to back off, and this is going to take a Hornet bounce back toward midfield. It's going to be another short field. And now with 3:28 to go, the Pirates are reliant on their defense just to stay in this one.
Yep. So what's the long on the year in terms of field goal for Fullerton? Did you say 48 earlier?
No, that's for Ventura.
Excuse me.
Fonseca's long is 39.
So 39, you're looking at the 22-yard line. That's where they need to get to in 3:28.
Yeah, Fonseca on the season 5 of 7 coming into tonight.
Nightmarish fourth quarter for Ventura, and they're up against it here. Fullerton's offense on the field.
Good protection up front. Commons throws left, and it's incomplete. Overshot his target. Looking for Allen on the far sideline. It's 2nd down and 10. Commons 18 of 21, 197 yards and a touchdown through 3 quarters.
Still have smelling overtime.
Well, the Pirate defense is going to need some answers if we're going to make it that far. 2nd down and 10. It would be the 2nd straight overtime game for the Hornets. Pressure on Commons, able to step up. Now he's going to tuck it and run. Absorbs a hit at the 48, falls forward to midfield. Jalen Cooper with the hit on Commons.
Huge 3rd and 4.
6-yard run, 3rd down and 4 for the Hornets, who are 2 of 11 on 3rd down tonight. But I suppose the stat that goes with that is 2 of 3 on 4th down.
I got a feeling this is not 4th down territory.
I don't think so. Not the way their defense is playing. 3rd and 4. Commons hit as he throws, and Anusium with the coverage on Nosif, able to knock it away. That was a great push up front by the Pirates as we take a look at the replay. And Keontae Holiday getting the pressure up the gut, and he gets the hit.
That one nearly gets there.
Yeah, that's a good job by Anusium staying with that play, making sure to knock that one away. So the Pirate defense comes up huge, and they get the stop. And how bad did they need that stop, Michael? 3 and out. And a snap now over the punter's head. Fonseca picks it up and gets off a kick. That is another enormous break for the Hornets. How bad could that play have been? And instead, Fonseca turns it around and gets off a tremendous kick. Back inside the 20. The Pirates, as you watch the replay, obviously setting up for the return on this one. And that gives Fonseca the chance. But I'll tell you, as much as they're setting up for the return there, guys, it's a break that ball kind of pops right up to Fonseca, too. Footballs can do funny things and bounce in weird ways. And instead, that one kind of hops right back up to Fonseca, allows him to get off the kick, which takes the Hornet bounce and ends up back at the Pirates' 16-yard line. And man, oh man, if you're the Pirates at this point, you have to be thinking, what is going on in this 4th quarter? Can we just get out of here? Ewan looking for Farrell, who goes up and makes the catch near the 30-yard line. I'll tell you, Farrell is a real weapon on the outside at 6'4". Smith able to knock him out of bounds. A gain of 14. Farrell, the 6'4" freshman from Cleveland, Ohio. They'll spot it at the 29. Ewan outside. They complete on the far side. Reeves dragged down from behind. Jacob Jones with the stop. That's a gain of 3 and a 2nd down and 7 Pirates with 2 timeouts remaining, 1:42 and counting remaining in the game. Ewan looking left, feeling the pressure from Proctor. He completes.
Wow. Vaughn.
And a gain of about 7 yards to Vaughn, who's able to sneak out to the first down marker and get the first down. 8 yards. That's a great job. You think at that point maybe Ewan's just going to throw it away, but instead he's got the presence to find Vaughn. 13 catches for Terrell Vaughn tonight. 4-man rush, Ewan with good protection. But that pass short, looking for Vaughn, who was well covered on the play. Junior Wiley had the coverage on Terrell Vaughn. 1:13 to go in the game. If you're thinking about Arroyo's long, it's 47 yards. So if you can get to the 30, maybe even the 35, you might have a chance with Alberto Arroyo. Ewan rolling right, throws on the far side, wanted Reeves. It's incomplete. 3rd down and 10 coming up. Wick in the backfield with Ewan. 4-man rush again. Ewan stepping up, throws over the middle. Great catch in Fullerton territory. Chris Reeves having a big game. Jones with the stop. Reeves now with 8 catches for better than 100 yards. 53 seconds and counting. They're at the Fullerton 46. Ewan slings it outside for Wick, who breaks a tackle at the 45 and heads out of bounds near the 40.
44 seconds to go.
Jordan Rice gets credit for the tackle on Chuck Wick. They're at the 41, 2nd down and 5. How do you like this finish, Michael?
Pretty good. Game of the week. We had a feeling it could be everything and more.
This was a good one on paper. It's been entertaining. Ewan with time. Looking for Reeves on the far side. It's incomplete. 39 seconds remaining and a 3rd and 5 coming up from the Fullerton 41.
Two timeouts remaining for the Pirates.
They come out with receivers left and right. Snap to Ewan. Wants a quick throw. Big hit. And the ball jarred loose, and 4th down coming up. Steele laying the lumber again. He was looking for Vaughn, and Steele has been quite aggressive on that left side of that Fullerton defense. And again, that's a well-timed hit on Vaughn, and he just drives that ball out. And the Hornets are going to go for it on 4th and 5 from the 41. 4-man rush. Ewan feeling the pressure. Flags are down. Ewan throwing deep on the far side, and it's incomplete.
It's going to be a hold.
But there is a flag on the play, and this is where you would expect to see a hold. And again, you see the pressure
you see
that
the
they're
takedown
able
there.
to create.
71 on the offense.
DJ Peterson, the freshman. And obviously Fullerton going to take the result of the play, which will give them the ball with 28 seconds remaining. And Fullerton with their full complement of 3 timeouts, and they've got some time here.
And
obviously they can go anywhere on the field.
They have
with
some
3
big
timeouts.
playability to add to it.
Take a look at Griffin and Nosef to the bottom of your screen.
Question is who's in a quarterback?
Tim Allen at the top. Yeah, it's true. We've seen 3. Likely Commons. Commons stepping up under pressure. Throws on the run, and it's incomplete. Wanted Risen. And obviously Risen, number 10, a player to keep an eye on. 2 touchdowns tonight, 140 yards receiving. And 2nd and 10, 22 seconds remain. Hornets staring down what would be possibly their 2nd consecutive overtime game. They lost the heartbreaker last week to Southwestern.
This would be even worse.
Commons overshoots his target, looking for Nosif.
And when I say worse, I mean it'll be worse for Ventura.
Dom Brown had the coverage on Nosif. So a 3rd down and 10 with 17 seconds remaining. They send Avenger in motion. They set up the screen. Out to midfield into Pirate territory. It's Allen who has the 1st down. They'll stop the clock to move the chains, but Fullerton still got 3 timeouts.
And they're going to take a timeout right here.
And Fullerton going to take their 1st timeout with 10 seconds remaining in the ball game. And the football in Pirate territory at the 42-yard line. Again, Fonseca's long on the season is 39 yards. So they need about 15 yards here.
L.A. Pierce looking for their 1st win of the season. They're up 2 touchdowns in College of the Desert. (28-14). Antelope Valley, a final over Santa Barbara, 14-7. Victor Valley with a win at Santa Monica, 31-24. Some more scores coming to you shortly.
Hornets back on the field. 10 seconds remaining. And they have it 1st and 10 at the Pirate 42. Commons with a straight drop, looking over the middle. And it's incomplete. Anusium gets a hand in there to knock that one away.
Right up the seam and a missed opportunity.
They wanted
Fullerton
to go to Risen again. So a 2nd and 10. What do you do now with 6 seconds as we take a look at this play one more time? You see Anusium getting a hand in there. Hornets will take another timeout with 6 seconds remaining. And I don't think you can run a play here and get out of bounds quickly enough. Certainly not to get you enough yards. I mean, I think you need at least 10 yards here to even consider a field goal attempt, and I don't think you can run a 10-yard play in 6 seconds and get out of bounds.
59-yarder as it stands. I think you're right. So I think you need at least 15. Maybe you take a deep shot, hope for a flag.
I think you got to try and take a deep shot into the end zone here if you could get there. How about the old hook and ladder? You don't see that too often. So here comes Commons and the Hornet offense. They come out and send 3 wide receivers to the right. Griffin, Risen, and Allen. Nosif to the top of your screen. Solo to the left. Commons, straight drop. Launches short of the goal line. It's going to be picked off, and we're heading to overtime. Yeah, 60 minutes, just not enough. It was double overtime last week against Southwestern for Fullerton. Meanwhile, I got to tell you, I don't recall a Pirate overtime game. It's certainly, I don't think I've ever called one, and I've been doing the Pirates for several years now.
No, they had a 3 overtime affair. Don't know if you were here for that one.
Yeah, I had a couple go down to the end, but I don't recall one that I was calling that they went to overtime. Now we don't do every one of their games, so sometimes there are games that we haven't been able to cover.
Well, hey, how about some score updates here? Long Beach win over Cerritos 36-24. Saddleback goes on the road and dispatches Mount Sac. Little payback from last year in the shellacking that they took at home. They improved 5-0 in the season, 27-24. A final. Wow.
Let's say, how about Riverside and San Diego Mesa? You got an update on that one?
I do. 61-26. Riverside also improves to 5-0, and the end of the season meeting looms large between those two, Riverside and Saddleback.
And I think what's fascinating as we have some time as they get ready for overtime here is that if we assume that those two teams maybe are playing for a playoff, and might be two, then how does that change the complexion in these other leagues of the National Conference? You got Canyons and Ventura, no doubt, going to be battling along maybe with Long Beach in the north. You got Fullerton, Mount Sac potentially in the central. San Diego Mesa was undefeated until tonight. And
not anymore.
A lot of teams. I know where you're going. I know where you're going, Special Agent Johnson.
Not anymore.
But a lot of teams, I mentioned at the top, but it's a fascinating year shaping up in the SCFA, and a lot of teams in the picture for a playoff run, and for two teams in one conference to really be in such strong position to potentially be vying for two of those spots, really.
Yeah, you talk about, matchups that loom large towards the end of the season. Ventura is going to play College of the Canyons. That is the battle of the North year in, year out, certainly for the past half decade here. And that game will likely decide the winner of the National Northern Division. But also looming large is a matchup with Long Beach City. That's going to be at Long Beach City. I believe that's the regular season finale. If Long Beach were to run the table, they would own the North title, and they would get the bid in the SCFA Final Four.
Yeah. And you think ahead also when you talk about Riverside and Saddleback in the South is don't sleep on a team like Southwestern. Both of those teams have to play Southwestern this year, and would it really be the most galloping shock in the world if Southwestern were to pull a win against one of those teams? And I think it's safe to say it wouldn't be.
No.
They have obviously established that they're a power team in the SCFA, so it is going to be a fascinating conference schedule with a lot of teams having a real opportunity to advance to the postseason. And we get ready here for overtime, and this is a game that could loom large in the overall schedule and the records for these teams down. But I think also it's a game that is extremely important. If you're Ventura, you really don't want to head into the conference schedule on a loss like this. It would drop them to 3-2. It would really just be a momentum killer.
Sure.
After they've gotten themselves back. And if you're Fullerton, hey, this may be the season right here if you're not talking about winning the conference outright, because they would drop to 2-3, and it would be hard to come back from that unless they win their conference outright.
Fullerton wins the toss.
So Fullerton wins the toss. They'll start out on defense, and the Pirates will have it first.
If they get the stop, all they need is a field goal.
That's a fascinating matchup here tonight. Both teams have been pretty solid in the kicking game. Not a big advantage either way. For those teams, Arroyo has shown a little bit more range, but both kickers have been very solid in terms of field goal percentage. And what will be the key here? The Pirates have suddenly gone very stagnant offensively here in this fourth quarter. They were blanked. They had 41 points through 3 quarters.
Blanked in the fourth, gave up 21. And right now, if you're Fullerton, it's what could have been. You go for 2 earlier in the game, did not get it. It could be 42-41 the final. Instead, we find ourselves in overtime. Ventura's going to get the ball first. And their offense has gotten pretty predictable.
I think I remember that game. We're getting a text message here that perhaps the El Camino game back in 2012. I know that was a 1-point game of about like the 59-58 variety, if I'm thinking of the right game. I just don't remember if that was an overtime game, but I know that was a crazy game if it's the one I'm thinking of. But obviously we could pour through the archives there that is developing more and more each season on the SCFA site. But
Headed by Chris Ruiz. How about a
Right.
shout out to the old friend?
Yeah, right there. So it'll remain a partial mystery for the moment, but it's not a regular occurrence. Here we go. First overtime. Quick screen, Vaughn with the leaping catch. He's at the 20, at the 15, at the 10, and he is just shoved out of bounds inside the 10 at the 6. A touchdown saving tackle by Jordan Wright, just forcing Vaughn out of bounds. 19 yards for Vaughn. I guess he had a hunch he was due. Pirates want to work quickly. Rolling right, Ewan under pressure, hit as he throws, and it's incomplete.
It's a good job by Ewan getting the ball out, not taking the sack, something that he's done a couple times here today to the detriment of Ventura.
Looked like Proctor with the pressure on Ewan, and I continue to marvel at this front four for Fullerton. They have dominated in this fourth quarter and leading into this overtime.
They're stout up the middle, and they move well laterally. It's a
Able
good
to
unit.
get pressure without blitzing, and that's been a nightmare for the Pirates, who face a second and goal from the 6. Quick throw complete at the 10. Little move at the 5. Touchdown, Pirates! Vaughn has the touchdown. There is a flag after the play, so this touchdown should almost assuredly count.
That was stupid.
And it looked like some kind of excessive celebration might be the call. There's the move by Vaughn, getting by Farmer. And we're not really going to catch it from that angle, but the flag came.
That's stupid, Vaughn.
So that becomes a huge call. It's an unsportsmanlike call, but rather than be assessed on any type of kickoff, it's Fullerton who starts from the 25. You assess it from there. So that is a major, major penalty. And that should translate to half the distance. So the Hornets will start from inside the 15-yard line rather than the 25. Meanwhile, Arroyo is out for the extra point. It's so hard. You're talking about young men, 18, 19 years old, and it's been an incredibly emotional game. And Vaughn scores a big time touchdown, but boy, that's a killer. And you hate to really set your defense back like that. And it's tough to tell a player to try and control their excitement when it's such a big moment, but you really have to find a way, because right now the Hornets get a huge benefit of half the distance being taken off, and they have a much shorter field to work with. So Arroyo puts it through, 48-41, and now Fullerton will take over, and they need to come up with a touchdown. Again, for those who might not be familiar, the teams take turns starting from the 25-yard line. Each team gets an opportunity. The first time that the two teams each have the ball and the score is not tied, the game is over. That's basically what you're looking for. So they start at the 12-yard line after the penalty is assessed. So you get an understanding now of just how big that penalty is instead of starting at the 25. Commons comes out. Rankins in the deep eye. They fake to Rankins. Commons throws into the end zone, and it's incomplete. Boy, a lot of black jerseys in the area. He was looking for Tim Allen.
Well, something you just can't do. Cardinal rule in football at any level, don't be late over the middle of the field, and Fullerton gets away with one there.
Nevin Ewan now up to 481 yards passing in the game. And 3 touchdowns. Vaughn now with 15 catches and a couple of touchdowns. They screen it out to the tight end, Owen. Hit and brought down inside the 10. Jalen Cooper with the stop. It's a gain of about 4, and it sets up a 3rd down and a long 5.
What do you think, Stoy? 4 down territory?
First time I'm ever going to be comfortable guaranteeing that's a yes. Receivers left and right. They send a man in motion on 3rd and 5. Commons looking left, flushed from the pocket. Commons on the run, still looking in the end zone. Throws to the back. He wanted Rison. It's incomplete, and it's 4th down and 5 from the 9. Pirates 1 play away.
Oh, hey, they were 1 quarter away, up 21, and now we're in
Indeed.
overtime.
Yeah, I don't think you'd have found too many people on the Pirate sideline who thought they'd be 1 play away in overtime when the 4th quarter started. But here they are. 4th down, Pirate faithful getting into it. Here's the snap. Commons guns it over the middle. Complete. Griffin with the touchdown. Well, they've been pretty good on 4th down, Michael.
Yes, they have. What a play call.
Man. And that looked like one that was a little bit out of the Pirate playbook. Just a quick crossing pattern, and they find Griffin, and Griffin lowers the shoulder and gets in.
He's playing a zone there.
And now Fonseca will look to tie it up. That is icy from Commons and that Fullerton offense. High snap. They get it down.
No good?
It's no good! Well, the trouble started on the snap. And they got it down, but it's so easy for a kicking play to get off timing. Take a look at this one again. That's a pretty great job to get that ball down. But again, once everything's sort of off kilter like that, it's a little bit off, and Fonseca, who had not missed an extra point on the season so far, unable to recover on that one, ends up sending it wide left. And now they're trying to separate some of the players here and just get everybody off the field. Such an emotional game, and obviously on both sides.
Well, these two teams very familiar with each other. They've met in the playoffs. I want to say 2 out of the last 5 years. A lot on the line, and obviously there's a lot on the line in this one in terms of where the season, the trajectory is going. Ventura comes away a 48-47 winner in overtime, and a thriller. Got a barn burner here from Ventura.
Unbelievable.
Two teams just battling it out, really leaving everything out there. And credit to the Fullerton squad, man. They came with it. They could have easily folded going into the 4th quarter down by 3 touchdowns. Instead, they bagel Ventura and score 21 to force OT, but they go down by 1 in the extra frame.
Yeah, it's one of the all-time cliches in sports to say that it's a game that really neither team deserved to lose or you didn't want to see either team lose. It's a tough way to lose, and overtime is always going to be, and perhaps it's fitting in a way that a game that was so close and had so many dramatic moments that ultimately it's going to come down to one play, and one way or another, that's how it's going to play out. That is regrettable, unfortunately. That's a tough way to lose it, but it shouldn't diminish, I think, as you're alluding to, the accomplishment of Fullerton in coming back in this one. Coming back for the 2nd consecutive week, it's worth noting, they were down 14 with 3 minutes to go, made a similar type of comeback late against Southwestern to force overtime. They ultimately fall in double overtime there. 2 touchdowns late. Today, an even bigger comeback, but it ends up coming up a little bit short. Going to try and cue up some of the highlights from the second half that we'll let you kind of go out on as we say our good nights. But Michael, any final thoughts on this one? Well, a lot to say, but hey, Ventura, 4-1, and now you get ready for the conference schedule.
Well, Ventura's no stranger to drama. We certainly see it again here tonight in the win, 48-47, and I think that's going to wrap it up for everybody here.
Yeah, thanks so much for joining us. We're going to queue up a few
special thanks to Scott
Yeah.
Giles and Phil Thurman,
Yeah,
along with Bobby Mushagian
and
and
Fullerton,
Coach
Bobby and Coach Steve
Mushagian.
Mushagian, all the staff here at VC, Rick Ruffinelli and company, over working the event for VC, and we really appreciate all the help we get from them. Art Gilbreth on camera, of course, as always. So for everybody here at SoCalCollegeSports.com and the VC Sports Network, 48-47 the final. VC escapes. We'll let you watch a few highlights as we take it out. But again, for everybody here at SoCalCollegeSports.com, so long, everybody.